feel good. Real talk. I was debating even doing live. Just, you know how you just wake up sometimes, don't feel like yourself, feel kind of weird. I didn't do too much, and I didn't do nothing out the ordinary. So it's like, you know, I didn't do nothing extra. I didn't party hard. I didn't eat nothing different than I normally would. I'd say probably drink some more water if anything, but feeling like this ain't cool. It ain't sick, but it just, I don't know. Stomach just ain't right. That's why I had to tell my moderator. I was like, is like you going live? I was like, man, sometimes you be making a job for yourself. You know what I mean? I don't want to say no because everybody look for me or, you know what I mean? You show your appreciation, but sometimes, sometimes you just don't feel like signing autographs. Like, you know, every day ain't your day. Ain't nobody perfect. So, I mean, if you expect me to be every day, shame on you. Today ain't one of my days. And I really don't have days like this much. So whatever it is, it's just weird. It's not normal. It's not my normal self. But you know how that go. Just normal. But this is a Sunday night. So I don't even expect the most. My Sunday nights don't be the biggest turnouts. So, people be doing their little family thing, little church thing. It's a Sunday. What I can say today, one of my nights, man, I just feel weird. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna go to sleep and just be like, bump this night, but a couple of people in my videos, just because I was gonna really honestly, I was just gonna upload videos and say bump the live. I was just gonna upload videos and bump the live. But then, oh man, I love your stream. So what I'm supposed to do about that? You know what I mean? So I don't know how this gonna go, but I just feel weird. But it is what it is. We gonna get to it. Hey, it's whatever, right?
I'm black people. Yeah, it's Friday, man. Time to be off for that. You know, still moving around. Gotta go pay my guys right quick. But hey, that part of the business, if they don't eat, I don't. Well, I want to talk about your boy Brick Baby for a minute and your boy Loose Cannon for a second. Uh, Brick Baby took a deal, right? We all understand Brick Baby took a deal, and Brick Baby pushed his sentence back to April. But now we got another twist inside the deal. Brick Baby took the deal on the pretense that he was going to get 4 to 7 years in category 19. But when his PSI report came back, he's over the category 19. So now they're trying to give him from 9.5 years to, I think, 115 months. So like 10.5 years or something like that.
You can do it.
So what his lawyer have done, he filed a motion to, I guess, rescind the free deal, or but he want another judge to hear it because the judge signed off on that. But see, the thing is this, though, what a lot of people need to understand: Brick Baby, he signed that free deal, right? Instead of his lawyer reading the terms of the free deal, he should have stipulated up in there. Now, if Brick Baby go over category
What's the
19,
deal? What's the
he
deal?
have a right to rescind that deal. So Brick Baby lawyer didn't do his due diligence in that particular matter. And I don't know if he put Brick Baby in a trick bag or anything like that, because we know that the prosecutor don't know what category Brick Baby gonna fall in, but the prosecutor do know what is his, you know, past felonies and things of that nature. So now Brick Baby is in a bind. And this is why it's not good, man, to take open plea.
No, Brick Baby was told that deal. Him and his lawyer thought it was sweet. He heard it and signed, but what they didn't read was the fine print. Facts.
Unless you're gonna get that stuff stitched in stone. And it wasn't stitched in stone the way it was
He
supposed
thought
to
he
be
was
stitched in
winning
stone.
on that deal. He tried to hurt him and take
He
it.
didn't blame
It
nobody
didn't
else
work.
but Brick Baby and his lawyer for not reading. See, what Brick Baby should have done as well, he should have ran, he should have read that plea deal report. He should have read it. And I don't think, we'd be so ignorant of the law. A lot of us be so ignorant of the law. We don't know what category we're gonna fall in. We don't know what things, stipulations was put in there. So that's why it's always good to ikra. And that's an Arabic word to mean read. We have to read. We have to study certain things. He could have took a day and took that thing back to his cell or a copy of it and read it and get some advice from somebody else. But now he's in a pickle now. See, Rick Baby thought he was gonna get 4, 5, or 6 years. That's
Yeah,
why
he
he
thought
wasn't
he was
ever
with
getting
it.
swept. That's why the spirit's kind of high.
Yeah, he thought he won.
That he wasn't gonna be in there that long, man. But now he's in a trick bag, man. And we got to blame his lawyer for that right there, bro. Can't blame nobody else for that. And now you got the fake loose cannon, you know,
What's the deal? What's the deal?
seen on the docket that his lawyer is trying to fire him, but it's not set in stone yet, you know. So he trying to go pro per.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of a lawyer trying to quit you because you lie too much? I ain't never heard of nobody lawyer say they want to quit because he lied too much. And on top of Sharice not paying that bill no more. That's crazy work. She left you with the lawyer, where she ain't paying no more, and then he don't want to work with you, and he submitted to the court why he don't want to work with you because he said you lie too much. Crazy diabolical work.
You know damn well that dude is dumb as rocks. How you gonna try to go pro per, man? You can't. The only thing you know how to say is sweetie, sweetie. That's the only thing he know how to say. He don't know how to say anything else. He know how to lie like a mug, but he don't know how to do anything else, man. So the prosecutor is put out a response to the lawyer, basically saying that he wanted to quit, but they're saying that
Yeah, he got to go to court with somebody,
lawyer gave Lewis Cannon ample amount of time to find somebody else
and he
to be his
still did.
lawyer, right?
He
So
broke.
I think to the point, man, if the judge, I don't know, they haven't ruled on it. They ruled on it on I think April 16 or 17 or something like that. The judge might appoint somebody else, but the trial is coming up, so the prosecutor they argue like, this is crunch time. The trial. How you gonna dish that man? So the judge might make that man defend loose cannon without no pay because he probably haven't got no pay. And I don't
Probably,
agree.
probably.
That the girl she ran off.
He ain't got no pay for sure.
Bread and she ain't paid the lawyer, so the lawyer's like, man, he ain't finna defend that dude. And the lawyer saying the dude just he's hard to work with, all in the paperwork. He's hard to work with, he's just a liar. And all type of weird that boy is weirdo, man. But they might make him, you know, uh defend loose cannon. But we all know, man, if loose cannon find a way out of there, man. Loose cannon don't be honest with you, loose cannon don't need no lawyer. Loose cannon gonna take a deal, or loose cannon, he's gonna get up there and testify.
That's what he
That
is
man
gonna
don't
do.
really need
He
no
don't have
lawyer.
no
He don't
problem testifying.
gonna get
Loose
up
Cannon
there.
gonna get on the stand for sure. If
Just
he can
get
get
up
a deal,
there,
he would tell.
so
He ain't got no hood to go to. He ain't no game.
get up here, he's gonna call in or call the whack or call up the little jumper and he gonna spin it, he gonna lie
Loose
about it.
Cannon is not a
He
game.
gonna say he okay and he got evidence that he wasn't there and man, you don't even know what the hell going on. He just up in there in limbo. So that's just a little news, man. I want to give y'all a little update on Brick Baby. Brick Baby is in a pickle right now. Brick Baby was supposed to get 4 or 5 years.
Brick
now
gonna be
look
tough.
like it's 10 years.
Yeah, bro.
And
Broski ain't getting out till he's like
and the
50.
boy Loose Cannon, he don't even know if he gonna have a lawyer or not. He
Brick
just
baby
saying,
ain't
well,
coming
I
out till
can't
he's
say
like 50.
well, you no lawyer.
That
I think the boy's gonna do what he have to do to get out of jail. He already been trying to run maneuvers to get out of jail and things of that nature. So until the next time I see you guys, it's kind of hot out here today. Salam alaikum.
Liga Lama Liba, whatever he be saying. All right, what's up next on the dashboard? Like I told y'all, man, I was feeling weird tonight, man. Like hella weird, man. Stomach flipping and all that. What's the deal? What's the deal? I wasn't gonna go live, but you know what I mean? Like some people be expecting it, so I do it. And then on top of that, YouTube was boring tonight. So I mean, I didn't even know what to actually like even show because it's just so boring tonight. Ain't nothing on. Some more brick baby though.
Case, federal conspiracy case, co-defendants can have a huge impact on your outcome. Prosecutors may use their statements, testimony, or plea agreement, or plea agreement, or plea agreement, or plea agreement the case against you. If one person agrees to communicate, they may give information that pulls you deeper and deeper into the case, even if your role was limited. Before we even get in a brick, baby, let me address something first. Apparently, I've been promoted without an interview, without a salary negotiation, without so much as a link and notification, bruh. Somewhere between my last video and this one, I joined Big U's media team. That's the rumor anyway. Now, look, I don't break down cases. I don't explain federal procedure. I don't analyze plea mechanics. No, no, no. I do public relations for Big U now. That's what they out here saying. Like I've got a company badge, a benefits package, and a Slack channel. Big U's communication specialist. My job apparently is to hop online and clean up narratives that are spinning faster than a laser Susan at a federal debriefing. Third, there's negative press. Can you spin that? And I'm like, absolutely. Let me fire up the Wi-Fi in my emergency narrative suppression toolkit. Matter of fact, in this fictional cinematic universe they've created, I got a whole group chat. Big U, hey, can you explain conspiracy law so we can look better? Me, own it. I'll also explain Title 3 while I'm at it. You want a PowerPoint? Yeah, that's what I do now. Apparently, I don't eat breakfast anymore. I draft spend statements. I don't pay bills. I monitor indictments. And the only conceivable reason I would ever question anything online is because someone is cutting me a check for it. Let me say this here loud and clear. If I was actually on Big U's team, I promise you, I would not be on YouTube breaking down plea agreements. I'd be somewhere quiet, somewhere with good light and a non-disclosure agreement. Very quiet. But nah, bruh, I'm just messing with y'all. I don't work for anybody for your department. And I'm definitely not here to clean up the mess Brick Baby landed himself in. Because Brick Baby already cleaned that up himself at the round table, you dig? Now let's run it. Here's what makes the whole situation wild. Brick got caught up in a conspiracy case. Big umbrella indictment, multi-people name, same federal language you see every time. The government's greatest hits collection, agreement, furtherance, joint activity. It's practically a template letter at this point, just fill in the blank. And in the beginning, Rick was talking real sturdy. I'm never folding. I'm taking my lick. They gotta prove it. Full kill squad.
Kill squad. Put kill squad street.
Nigga, from now on, nigga, keep on running content on my name. Nigga, I'm putting kill squad in the street. Nigga,
You see how skinny Brick Baby was? I bet you now he gained a couple of pounds. I say a lot of pounds. I guess he been in there what they been in there like a year, a little less than a year, maybe a year tops. Brick Baby got some weight on him now. But right here, look at how skinny he is, bruh. And look at Barry Gordy, the one that was sleeping on his couch. He was slash sleeping on his couch slash bodyguard.
so y'all forgot I had chili. And then plea agreement. Now pause. Taking a plea is legal. Let's be crystal clear on that. Some dudes say it's smart. Some dudes say it's mad. Sometimes the excuse they use is you just don't want to watch a jury deliberate your entire future for 6 hours. But what we not about to do, not here, not today, not ever, is act like that wasn't a negotiation. Because in conspiracy cases, Plea deals don't disappear. They don't fall out of the sky like settlement manna from legal heaven. Don't let that one go over your head.
I don't
Plea
even know what
deals
you
are
said.
discussed. Those discussions happen in the
His
room.
plane was so
The
strong. I don't
round
even know what he
table
said.
room. And this right here is where we start peeling back layers. In a conspiracy case, when one person pleads, especially before trial, that plea usually comes after a very specific kind of conversation. Exposure gets explained, numbers get broken down, enhancements get mentioned. The government starts stacking the deck in a way that makes the trial look less like a legal proceeding and more like a life sentence spreadsheet. And when that spreadsheet start producing numbers that dudes don't want to see, people start recalculating. Now here's the cold-blooded part. Rick has been online since his arrest, on the wall phone no less, talking like he just collected a trophy at Hood Day. I handled that. Handle what exactly? You signed. You didn't beat anything. You didn't dismantle anything. You didn't out-litigate the federal government on the merits. You negotiated. And again, negotiation is not a crime. According to the government, negotiation is sometimes the most strategic move a person can make when they can't do the time. Laugh my ass off. Of course they gonna say that. They want you to be a rat. But don't rebrand taking a hot-ass plea deal as standing on business. Don't wrap negotiation with the feds in a real one costume and walk out on social media like it's something it isn't. Because the same person who was saying never fold is now saying I took accountability.
All right, y'all. So Brick Baby has pleaded guilty to federal charges. He had a lot of federal charges. He had like 2, 3 guns. He threatened his baby mama on a wiretap. He had his phone wiretapped. And then the gun on no jumper that Adam zoomed in, his boss zoomed in on for the feds. And he had a shooting too that took place in a parking lot. But he had got a sweet deal, if you want to call it sweet. He got 92 months, which is 7.5 years.
That to pivot more dangerous than the Allen Ivan crossover. And just like that crossover, it left everybody stumbling trying to follow it. Pivots like that there usually happen after conversation. Say, bruh, round tables don't exist for decoration. They exist because pressure exists. And pressure in
Great
conspiracy
baby. I know
cases.
his stomach
Now,
feel
let
like
me
mine.
change my delivery right quick. Less jokes now, more meat and potatoes. Because this the part people pretend not to understand. And the pretending is starting to get embarrassing. Someone in a conspiracy case take the plea. The most important document isn't the headline. It's not a tweet. It's not a no jumper interview recap. It's the factual basis. The factual basis is the written summary of what the defendant is admitting really happened. Not the entire government story, not every allegation staple in the indictment, but enough of a version of event that the court can accept the plea as knowingly involuntarily made. And here's what people constantly miss. In conspiracy cases, the factual basis usually does more than just say, I did X. It establishes 3 things. 1, there was an agreement. 2, the defendant knowingly joined it. 3, the defendant took some action in furtherance of it. That's the minimum structural requirement. That's the legal skeleton the whole thing hangs on. Now think about that carefully, because once you admit to joining an agreement, you are acknowledging the existence of broader conspiracy framework. That is just not personal conduct, bruh. That is participation in something collective, and collective language matters because it involves other people who still have pending cases, other people whose attorneys are reading every single word of that factual basis with the very fine-tooth comb. Now let's circle back to that boy Brick. He went from they got approved everything to signing a document that says, in essence, I agree this happened and I was a part of it. That's not just nothing. That's not a technicality. That's a binding admission in federal court. And here's some real talk for the record. You don't conquer a case by agreeing with it. Factual basis documents are often negotiated. Language is discussed. Scope is narrow. Sometimes names are omitted. Sometimes phrasing is tightened down to surgical precision. But what doesn't happen is magic. The government does not accept a plea unless it believes the admission supports the charge. That's code language for you are admitting to committing the crime they're charging you with. However, that language ends up being shaped in the final draft. So when someone says, I just took my lick, we have to ask, what lick? The original proposal laid out in the indictment or the negotiated version that went through multiple rounds of revisions before the plea hit in paper? Because in conspiracy cases, the entire battle is trial risk versus plea risk. And plea risk gets calculated after the deck has been stacked and someone walks you through the math in plain English. Stacking the deck means enhancements and exposure factors get layered on top of each other until the number on the board looks less like a sentence and more like an obituary. Leadership role, quantity attributes, and benefit conduct, shit like that there. These are not accusations. These are sentencing tactics, tools. And when those tools get deployed in the room, during an open conversation with your attorney and prosecutors, the conversation starts being about ego. It starts being about years. And years shift decisions faster than anything else in the universe. I hear the part people dance around or don't even question at all.
Oh, he
Roundtable discussions don't always mean someone is telling, but they do mean someone is talking. There's a difference. Talking can mean clarifying timelines, confirming participation, agreeing to stipulations, accepting responsibility for defined conduct. Here's the analogy though. If the indictment says you committed a crime with a specific person and you agree to your part of that crime, that is basically telling without telling. You have confirmed the framework. You have authenticated the map, even if you didn't draw every street on it. And when someone takes a plea in a conspiracy case, court requires that they verbally confirm the factual basis under oath in open court. That's not social media talk. That is not an interview. That is courtroom confirmation with a court reporter, a judge, and a record that doesn't get deleted. So when Brick came back online talking like he stood on business, understand something. Standing on business at trial and negotiating terms before trial are two completely different things. One is adversarial, one is strategic. Pretending strategy was some kind of real nigga moment where you stood toe to toe with the federal government and didn't blame. That's where the whole thing goes sideways. One defendant pleads in the conspiracy, it affects everyone else. No if, no ands, no buts, because the government now has an admission of the conspiracy existence, cooperating factual framework, and a structured narrative. They just have to build entirely from scratch. Even if no additional information is provided beyond the plea itself, that admission alone strengthens the government theory at trial against every remaining defendant. That is a procedural reality, not a personal attack. Now here's the real challenge: the Brick, not the Trinity.
Oh yeah, he is.
If Brick's plea was purely
Look at how he was
personal and
looking.
isolated,
Brick like
if
a
it
trick.
only
Everybody was like,
references individual conduct with no broader framework involving anyone else, that would be a different story. That right there would be taking your lick. But if it didn't, transparency kills speculation. When people selectively show pieces of paperwork and not the full language, it creates questions. And questions in conspiracy cases don't just multiply, they compound with interest. The mechanics of this are not
smash that like button,
complicated,
y'all.
bro. Conspiracy pleas are structured in a way that helps the government.
I
They
don't
are
feel
not
like myself. So I'm just doing it for y'all.
court,
I
but
don't even
once
feel like
confirmed,
myself.
they reshape the entire
Feel
board.
like kind of weird.
Conspiracy law doesn't operate in silos. When one person pleads, it's never just about that one person, ever. When Brick stood up in court and confirmed
It's
he
50
knowingly
people on
turned
the
that
case.
agreement arranged between himself and the feds, he didn't just close his own chapter. He helped establish that the chapter exists. In that trial, the government now walks in with something powerful and admitted co-conspirator, even if he never testified,
It's
even if he never says it.
49 more people on that case besides Brick Baby.
Existence of
Nobody's
that
telling
changes the
you
court
crazy.
entirely. Jurors don't hear was there even a conspiracy. They hear one person already admitted that there was. That foundation of the entire case. In psychology, in trial settings, is as real as anything else in that room. Now let's get into the wall phone theatrics, because this part genuinely makes it worse. You have already entered the plea. You have already affirmed under oath. You have already locked language into the federal record. And before all of that, you were on the recorded detention line producing content for the internet with no defendant still pending. That's not just.
I never heard of nobody facing open cases the way Brick Baby and Loose Cannon was getting on that phone. Oh my lord. I know your lawyer said, nigga, what is you doing? Have you ever been to jail before? What is you doing on the phone talking about your case and other people? Come on, man. Brick is the trick.
That's reckless for the entire ecosystem of the
was
case, because everything said on that line,
His phone number is on the paperwork.
If anything you say publicly contradicts what was it.
So you mean to tell me your family your friends, your loved ones, your neighborhood gonna believe you ain't telling with your phone number on the case and you ain't telling. Why is your number on the case? Brick baby. No, we just leave it simple. Why is your phone number in Big U's Rico case? See? Then they even exposed you and the world exposed you. You was yelling about the wiretaps. Oh yeah, I don't know why they keep listening to my phone call. Whatever you said in front of your mama house when you was making that threat against your baby mama, they heard that too. And you know how they heard that? Your phone was off, but it was on for them, mic'd up. You knew it was mic'd up because why? You knew you shouldn't have got out of jail for that chopper case with that AK. Ain't no way in God's green earth you gonna tell me you didn't do no snitching to get out of that case with that chopper. I know what you did just like Butter and everybody else. As soon as they cuffed your ass up, you know what you did when you went to the county jail? I'm famous. I'm famous. I can't go regular. I can't do GP. You know how niggas do.
Relevant. If anything you say affects co-defendant's positioning, relevant. If anything you say is just perception of your role, relevant. You are not outside the case yet. You still in it. Federal detention phones are not podcast studios. They are monitored systems. And in high-profile conspiracy cases, or any other case for that matter, they are absolutely being reviewed by people whose job it is to find exactly this kind of thing. So when Brick jumped on that wall phone to produce content called No Jumper, the same platform whose footage was used against him, that wasn't a power move.
I mean, everyone knows that the feds are watching No Jumper, so for them to be doing this is just insane. And so this next clip is crazy. This is where Brick Baby says that he's not worried about getting lined up by Loose Cannon because he's got a slam on him.
This is the thing. Anytime that me and Loose meet each other, we both ready to meet each other, obviously. So you get what I'm saying? It ain't even no shot of a doubt about that. And then
Man, stop talking so low, nigga.
He's like keep talking or whatever. He's like flexing, like, "Hey, don't think about trying to do nothing to me after this podcast because I got to
Watch after this. We're gonna break down this whole case. Don't even worry about nothing. We finna get worse in Brick Baby ass.
He's gonna show he's gonna lean back, purposefully showing.
I just hope I
the
snap
butt
out of
the
this little
slam.
weird feeling.
Loose Cannon.
I like the way I'm feeling. Maybe I ain't been getting enough sleep. It ain't nothing bad. I ain't sick. It's just that's why I try to hit the fake to feel good. I don't really even hit fakes.
Their thing.
Straight to the point, but
clean bunts. Y'all never seen the patterns, like the breaks and all this shit look a little different and all that?
You really feel like that?
Yeah. You said Compa was the one that get high off of like a little bit of shit and trip out. I'm starting to believe that you're the
How you ain't got tolerance after all these years? Hold on. So it was only a few short hours later after this exact interaction that everyone was taken into federal custody on RICO charges.
Here's the part that actually matters most.
mind you, he already got arrested for the AK, and this nigga's a felon, and he's showing blickies on the fucking live the day before the night before he woke up and got locked up. The night. They followed this nigga and was standing all the way home.
It does not tell you what was said. That distinction is everything. Before the plea was signed, conversations happened, not motions, not filings, conversations. And those conversations do not appear on any paperwork or docket sheet. There are no entries that reads, defendant discussed X, defendant clarified Y, defendant agreed to limit Z. That's not how this works. Roundtable meetings are not courtroom hearing. There are all.
Oh, shout out to UK because the boy said, bruv. We got a bruv in the chat. Hit the like button. I ain't seen bruv in the chat. You know you from UK saying bruv. Brother. What's up, bruv?
The negotiations about on-the-record consequences. This isn't some state case where they film you in an interrogation room and still be on the news at 6. This is a problem.
It's like something
document as the
like
artifact of what happened inside.
I get hot,
You won't find
and I'm not. I get cold.
You won't
and I'm
find a filing called agreement narrow after lengthy conversation. What you see is the final product, the plea agreement, the factual basis, the signed paperwork,
sure,
that
for sure.
tab that led there, and
I hit that
that's
vape,
why I
and
check my
that vape
docket
had me
sheet. It
choking.
only has a standard
I just started coughing and
the
choking.
paperwork documents what
vape.
was finalized. It does not document what was exposed at the round table. It does not document
Wherever I
what
put
was
it.
discussed and removed. It does not document what was considered and declined. That
It's a vape.
silence in the paperwork isn't proof nothing happened. That silence is proof that negotiations don't get docket numbers. This entire discussion was never about whether or not taking a plea is legal, because it is. It was never about saying someone can't negotiate their own future, because they can. That's all on them. It's about pretending that what happened in those round table meeting rooms doesn't matter. It's about acting like co-defendants aren't affected. It's about ignoring those very same conversations at the round table, even when they're not documented anywhere. They shape outcomes in ways that cause a ripple effect. Conspiracy law is collective by design, bruh, which means no plea exists in isolation, and no docket sheet tells the full story. The court just shows what was finalized. It does not show the pressure applied or the discussion that was had. It does not show what was exposed at the round table. It does not show what was considered and got walked back. That silence in the paperwork is an exaggeration. That silence is just evidence that negotiations don't get filed with the clerk's office. And that's the part people need to understand. You heard me? Because the cases was locked into record matters enormously.
Do you know conspiracies? People still get found guilty. I just thought I'd let y'all know that. A conspiracy can get you booked. You know you can get life over conspiracy to commit. Oh yeah. I thought it was BS till I went to a level 4.
But never makes it into.
Now we finna turn it up a notch because rap news and street politics. When Brick Baby first got locked up, oh yeah, he did it. He gonna break down everything, the whole snitchery of Brick Baby. Just go ahead and check this out. And then if you have any doubts about a real brother that Brick Baby should have been,
Brick
it
Baby
ain't him.
talking about.
See, Brick Baby was caught talking.
You think that he's a federal informant?
I think he's definitely working.
Brick Baby.
Rap news, street politics, the best hood channel on
Shout out.
YouTube. And we back with that Rolling 60 indictment, about to go through all the other co-conspirators that went down along with Big
Zaire Mitchell
in Operation Drawdown. Now, for everybody that's seen our last video, you know, we touched on certain individuals that were all on the indictment together. But when the fans released this picture of everybody that was in custody,
he gonna tell you everything Brick Baby did.
On the outside looking in, it looks like everybody went down for the same thing, and that's not the case. Multiple individuals that went down on the case were a part of that initial indictment with the RICO on it. But as we talked about, the Rolling 60s as a whole were already under investigation in 20.
Before we begin, you know it's 50 people on this case. Why they only talk about Big U, Brick Baby, and Loose Cannon? Brick Baby, Big U, and Loose Cannon. Do you know it's 47 more people on that case that don't even get mentioned? Let's continue.
20 before federal investigators really put their eyes on Big U. So there's multiple different indictments that went along with this situation. And this is why Brick Baby, who was mentioned on the wiretap in Big U's indictment, wasn't named as a defendant in that indictment because the feds had bigger plans for him and one of his homies. Now, again, in Big U's indictment on the wiretaps, Brick Baby was caught talking about a robbery and paying money to Big U. But a situation that we heard before, that WAC 100.
Brick Baby wasn't paying no money to Big U. He wasn't getting punked by Big U. No, not Brick the Trick. Yes, he did.
Brought up was a situation where Brick Baby had caught a federal case with some firearms.
It's one thing to have a possession of a firearm. AKs are illegal in the state of California.
Told you. Told ya. It is illegal to have an AK in California. How in the hell did you get caught with an AK-47 with priors of being a felony? A felon? Nigga, please. You told, and when they released you, nigga, you didn't have to tell no more because it was on the phone.
Not DA rejecting that, but what I'm telling you is it was never picked up by the state. The feds are holding it. He knew it. Only thing I'm doing is going over what he's saying.
So you think that he's a federal informant?
I think he's definitely working.
There was questions looming and allegations circling regarding his cooperation and why he never had a court date or really had to answer for them firearm charges. This is why he's in custody.
I wonder what Brick Baby had to do to get that bust down chain. Because when he was in jail, he was broke. So how much Big U wiggling and flim-flamming did he had to do to get that big old bust down chain? And we know on his way to getting locked up, where was Brick Baby at? At Las Vegas, trying to gamble, and he was not winning. Him and Conrad from the AF.
So this incident with Brick Baby stems back all the way to 2022 on July 12th. And we see the indictment alleging that he was a felon in possession of firearms and ammunition. So Brick Baby, real
Ain't no legend about it. I was in the county jail when he was already out of the pen, and he was in the county jail with me, nigga. He was already a felon. So after he met me, nigga, he got caught with the blower, the AK-47. So when I met you, nigga, in 2019, something like that, nigga, you was already a felon. So after that, nigga, you got caught with the burner. Nigga, ain't no legend, nothing. Nigga, he was.
named Zaire Mitchell. Also goes by Big Shitty, MPA Shit Roll, Shit.
Told you. Big Shitty. Somebody told me, nah, he's Little Shitty. I said, nah, he's Big Shitty. Somebody got my, nah, he's Little Shitty. I told you he was Big Shitty. Somebody argued me down, and I kept saying, okay, well, fuck it, he Little Shitty. It says AKA Big Shitty. I know the nigga name that he told me. And you know who Little Shitty is? The nigga that R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. Now, on the internet, oh, he's Brick Baby. In the county jail, his name was Shitty Cuz. The same Shitty that R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. That's his little homie.
Santa or Brick Baby Shit Roll, as he was introduced when he hit the rap scene over 10 years ago.
Shitro.
But the indictment is alleging that on July 12th, 2022, he was in possession of a 9mm Luger. And it's alleged that he was shooting the gun in a business
Yo, mama the police too.
in LA County. Now, federal investigators that this affected interstate and foreign commerce. So to break down how they tie that together, when you're a felon in possession of a weapon, we already know the feds are getting involved.
Got him.
The reason being is because they use the manufacturing location of that weapon against you. So say
Yep.
in this case, Rick Baby is in LA County,
Georgia.
in possession of a weapon. Strike one is being a felon in possession of a weapon.
He got it
But
from
if that
Georgia
gun
niggas.
is
'Cause Georgia niggas get like nothing.
in a different state, they're basically going to charge you with moving that gun over state lines,
Yep.
therefore affecting interstate commerce.
Interstate commerce. So how in the hell this nigga gonna get some 5 years? You see why he signed so fast? He know goddamn well, nigga, if he was facing 4 to 6 years, he was winning. Nigga, he signed that bitch so fast, he didn't read, his lawyer didn't read neither. And now since he didn't read, nigga, he looking at 10 and a half with his dumb ass.
Or foreign commerce if the weapon was produced in another country. Like I said, the feds are playing a different game. This is how we see somebody that's already a felon go down for a gun case, go to state prison, and on the back end of his state prison sentence, the feds pick the case up and then they go serve time in the feds as well. By the time the feds do their homework on where that weapon came from compared to where you got caught with the weapon, they let you do that state time and then bring you to do that time. Now, Brick Baby, his prior convictions of reckless evading in 2010, possession of a controlled substance in 2012,
Felony.
2 counts of possession.
You know, evading is only a misdemeanor when you're on foot. You know, as soon as you take a bicycle or a car, that's felony evading. Just thought you might know that. So if you thought he wasn't a felon before he got caught with the chop suey in California, you thought wrong. He got caught in 2010. I met this nigga in 2019.
Controlled substances, 1 in 2012, 1 in 2014. Criminal threats in 2016.
What's the deal, Whoopty?
In 2020. This is what made him guilty in possession of these weapons.
Man, you ain't
Now,
got to
again,
bad.
that's
You ain't
count
got to.
one
You ain't got to
on his
do
indictment.
chat like that.
Count two are the weapons themselves. Knowingly possessing firearms and ammunition, again, each affecting interstate and/or foreign commerce. This is where they allege that on June 23rd, 2023, a year after the shooting that he did in a parking lot, he was caught in possession of 3 weapons: a 380, a 9, and a hell puff.
If you didn't hear me say it, then maybe you should open your ears. I said it already.
Not only are they going to charge him with the weapons,
I said
they're
it
gonna
way
charge
before
him
you said it
with
again.
133 rounds of ammunition that he also carried along with the guns. But the key thing that's going on with Brick Baby right now is that they're linking him with another co-defendant that went down on Operation Drawdown, Christian Forbes, aka
I'm gonna say this in. Watch this.
So the reason that Brick Baby and Bus are merging together is
See
because
you later.
the feds allege that the cases rise out of the same conspiracy, common scheme, transaction, or series of transactions and events. And they stated that both cases charge firearm offenses arising from the same investigation into the neighborhood rolling 60s, which both of these defendants are from. And it said that both indictments rely on evidence that ultimately led to a Title III wiretap in a separate case on several rolling 60 telephones.
I swear, some of the trolls, they notifications be on A1.
FBI plans to arrest
For sure,
both
for sure.
defendants
Look now. Look out for the subscription.
for the rolling 60s takedown, and the common discovery will be produced in the cases. And this is what leads us to Christian Forbes, who seemingly is the big fish when it comes to the weapons in this indictment, because the feds are alleging that he engaged in the business of dealing
Never heard.
without a license. So they're linking buses, firearm transportations with Brick Baby's firearm acquisitions.
Never
And
heard.
this is how they prove the interstate and foreign commerce is being played with. They have the man that's bringing the weapons from wherever, out of state, and they have Brick Baby receiving weapons. But it said in terms of bus, beginning on or before January 5th, 2022, and rolling to March 23rd, 2022, who was not licensed
Yeah,
as an
once we all get the match ones, then you can all be a gang.
willfully engaged in the business of dealing in firearms, specifically to sell. And they have a list and the dates of the firearms that he allegedly sold: a Smith & Wesson M&P 45, a Bersa 380, a Ghost assault rifle, and a Taurus 9mm. Now, usually what this looks like is he sold these guns to somebody that's cooperating with the feds. Now, none of these weapons match the serial numbers of the weapons Brick Baby got caught with. So we can take him out of the equation of being the one that told on bust. Because as the feds like to do, they love to make controlled buy. And the breakdown of these firearms are a little bit too clean. January 5th, January 12th, February 2nd, and March 10th are documented dates that he sold these firearms to an informant. And again, both of these indictments rely on evidence that ultimately led to an expansion of wiretaps against the Rolling Six.
That's Big U son before he got big. That's the one that RIP.
Have a serious
That's the
risk
one that got caught slipping.
flee if let out of
They
custody.
just put the sheets over that boy.
Money already out, and there's another person a part of this indictment
Yeah,
that we touched
you
on
know
that's
who I
already
tell
out.
everybody.
But there was a request made for pretrial detention.
We know this.
Due
You
to
know,
the safety of
regular
regular
informants whack being a
at risk. These crimes are
But
considered
is he on paper?
violent crimes.
Nobody got that.
So we may not see Brick Baby for some time if he doesn't beat this case. Now, as the feds usually go, we've seen the wiretaps with Brick Baby. There's always some confidential informants and some people working with the police when you selling something.
He
So
said
this
when you
takes
sell it, son.
next to the finish
Look at
that
Barry
went down in
Gordy.
Operation Drawdown.
Barry Gordy the buck
Eric Andre Pollard,
sleeping on couch.
aka Grimsky, and Zachary Rodriguez Garcia, aka Z. Both of these
Rodriguez
dudes are indicted
and
together
Garcia is his last
for
name.
participating in a conspiracy
His last name is Rodriguez and Garcia. God damn.
to distribute meth, another count of distribution of meth, and possession with intent to distribute fentanyl.
Yeah, they protect him for sure.
DNA.
The Pope had
Another count of possessing a firearm in furtherance of a
much of the police, he the Fed. And that's why they can't fight. That's why they can't beef.
So what we see here, everybody on this indictment is either members of neighborhood rolling 60 or criminal associates of the 60s. That's what the feds is gonna call them. And everybody is seemingly moving on their own program, doing things at different times. But since they all a member of the 60s organization,
They all go
there
down
was
together.
communication linking all 19 of these individuals that we see went down on this case. So in Grimsky and Z situation, it started with them back in 2020, around September 2nd. And allegedly it continued until
See, that's
February
after I
24th,
met Brick Baby.
2021 in Riverside County. Now, on this day, when they became subjects of the federal investigation, September 2nd, it said that Pollard spoke to an individual who he believed was trying to buy some work. It said that Pollard is the one that usually negotiates the sale, and Garcia is the one that goes and drops the work off
The Mexican.
and kind of builds a rapport with the customer. But with Pollard being on the phone, negotiating this deal with this alleged customer, it's not
It's
known
the
to them.
feds.
This is a confidential informant discussing the sale of a pound of meth for $2,700. So Pollard instructed the confidential informant to meet with Garcia at a predetermined location in Riverside, California. Now, when they met later on that night, Garcia offers the CI 10 pounds of meth at a discounted price, knocking $200 off each P and saying he can slang it to him for $2,500 if he get 10. But he also offered other types of drugs and firearms that he could sell this confidential informant. Now, I don't know if he knew this dude.
Oh, Garcia.
Dealt with him. It don't seem like it, but that's crazy. And this is the work of some young, unexperienced members.
That's
So he
bad.
wanted to sell the confidential informant.
Mind you, this is a case.
But instead was 44 grams of dimethyl sulfone for $2,700. Now he ended up whooping the buyer, sold him some bunk for $2,700, but that seemingly doesn't even matter to the feds, man. That it wasn't even a controlled substance. Now, after Garcia gave him that work, Pollard tries to shake the confidential informant down for $100 for brokering the sale. And of course, he met with the confidential informant and got his little $100. So they sold dude some bunk and then took $100 for brokering the deal on top of that. They was playing some shady games. But about 2 weeks later,
waited for that honey.
was back on his phone talking to another confidential informant, discussing another sale of a pound of meth, negotiating another $2,700 price and a $100 middleman fee. This time, Pollard is the one that met with the CI, and they sell him some bunk again, 446 grams, and they short of dimethyl sulfone. So the feds, after this, they kick back and they cool on these dudes for 3 months. They circle back around December 15th, 2020, hit him up again for another pound. Pollard talking on the phone again, but using quote unquote coded language. They negotiate a price, and this time Garcia meets with the confidential informant and gives him a short P, 438 grams of pure methamphetamine for $3,000.
Hey,
That third time was a charm.
they get him
Now,
pure
in
that time.
cool down period,
So
on
they
October
flayed them
14th,
twice and sold them pure the last time. And they got the, instead of 27, they got their
knowingly possessed a Glock 40. He was already a felon, so now he's a felon in possession of a firearm. That's where that count comes
yeah.
from.
It's
That was alleged at the top of the indictment. It said that in Arizona, he had a solicitation to commit forgery back in 2018. Now, the indictment doesn't necessarily say how they know he got caught with it, but we know Grimsky been on the phone this whole time. And we know that wiretap has been popping. Now, a couple months after they made that final sale of actual meth to the CI, it said that in February 2021, they were in possession of a key of fentanyl. And they also had another 189 grams of meth and some MDMA with them as well. Now, the key thing is with this indictment kind of being bland, this is how confidential informants and snitches fill in the blanks. When they're not necessarily saying they
Now, just like you said, but the state let them to go. Yeah, the state. But when you in the feds, see, like what they did with Brick Baby, they had a conversation with Brick Baby. Brick Baby knows about his fault. Now, would he tell on himself? No. But when he said what he said in front of his mama, when him and his girl were getting, I'm tired of answering to these people. What people are you talking about? You must be talking about aliens or the feds. That's the only things you could be making that statement on.
out with this work, they got caught with it, they was arrested with it. Either they was talking on these wiretaps saying how much work they got, or somebody's telling. And this is how these two dudes got their faces on this operation connection with the 60s. Now, the next person that's also in custody on this indictment is Joshua Holly. Now, he seems to be one of these criminal associates of the 60s that I spoke on.
He like
member, but he also went down for the same thing as Grimsky and Z. Distribution of methamphetamine, carrying a firearm during and in relation to, and possessing a firearm in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime. I think the only thing.
So what I'm trying to figure out is how do they know these people had these pistols on them? Was they like holding it out when they was doing the transaction with the people in Riverside? Like what was they doing? Just you gonna buy this or what? You know what I mean? Like what was you? How did this go about? Did y'all knew about these guns? Was it the car was tapped? Some people phones was tapped to where you could hear what they had on them, or the phone calls. Like what was it? That's weird though, right? Like how do y'all just know what they had? Like if because I know you didn't say, "Hey man, we got this pound for you. You still want to buy it for that 3,000?" They would have been skedaddle. They wouldn't have bought nothing.
For this dude is he wasn't a felon in possession of a gun. But on March 11, 2021, they got him presumably on wiretap, knowingly and intentionally distributing at least 50 grams, which came out to be 423 grams of meth. Now, the indictment doesn't allege that he was dealing with a confidential informant or a confidential witness in this case. So again, I have to stress that
No,
the
Brick Baby
wiretap
can get
and the
more than 10. We don't know yet.
conversation
Brick
that
Baby still
have
gotta, you know,
and pushing these
for
guys
sure, for
towards
sure.
the plea deal when they see
Hit that like
exactly
video, hit that subscribe.
against them. April 1st, 2021 looked just like March 11,
It was 2
2020.
years after I met Brick Baby.
435 grams of methamphetamine. Both of those situations were in LA County. And on the April 1st incident, it's alleged that he possessed a firearm while he was selling that work to somebody. They have him again on April 27th, selling 443 grams of meth. So as you can see, they've really been building this case for a long time. Again, they started watching Big U February of 2021, but they already had these wiretaps set up on these dudes back in 2020.
So they started watching Big U 2 years after I met Brick Baby.
This would be a pretty uneventful indictment for the feds. They'd have Brick Baby, but it wouldn't be this big. Now, the next person that went down on this case was Ron Antoine Britton, aka Ronnie Mac. The feds are alleging that he was possessing with intent to distribute cocaine. And like many other people in this indictment,
Oh yeah? So they got one brim in
there in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime, and also a felon in possession of a firearm.
Probably related to somebody. You know, the brims is close to the six.
Back on January 31st, 2024,
Can't knock it.
allegedly intentionally possessing with the intent to distribute cocaine. Now, it doesn't say he sold it to anybody, so more than likely, he was caught with it. And he was probably somebody that also participated in conversations on the wiretap, so they glued him into this federal indictment. But even if he wasn't, being a member of the 60s
And taking those
and
calls, yeah,
they was gonna throw him in there anyway. Because they caught him with the gun when they caught him with the powder.
exactly.
Now he had
And that's trafficking.
he had a Glock 26 and another
They
Ruger
know
9mm.
people carry that for safety to make sure they don't get robbed.
They charging him with the ammunition as well.
Yeah.
He had over 30 rounds of 9mm ammo while being a felon. Now, this dude right here, this is a fraudulent dude right here. I don't know the details of this situation, but Ronnie Mac previously had sexual intercourse with a minor and 2 counts of false imprisonment.
Oh, you talking about this is the Brick Baby.
Possession of a controlled substance. I don't know what an attempt in the possession is, you know what I'm saying? But the minor charge, what was he even doing in this mix?
Attempt of possession means when you was supposed to get something and it didn't go through. Like they heard the calls, they heard every transaction that was supposed to come through, and maybe they waited there, you waited there, and then somebody said, "Oh man, bro, something happened, bro. Sorry to have you sitting out there. Ooh, it didn't go through." That's an attempt of possession, brother. The police, they ain't no such thing unless they got the backup. Just like Charleston White with Young Thug. As long as you got the video, you're done.
Maybe that's why he's on an indictment on his own. But yeah, Ronnie Mack on some foul shit. Now the next two dudes that we saw also go down on this indictment are Janavian Hughes.
He got a white sheet over him.
Now both of them had the same charge, but they are charged separately on their own individual indictments. And that charge is
That's
the same
sad to
as
see Big U sons on here, and they already got put in the dirt.
felon in possession of a firearm.
Man, got put in the dirt.
Janavian Hughes was found to have 2 9mm pistols and 20 rounds of 9mm ammunition on May 9th, 2023.
Okay.
Now it's alleged that he knowingly possessed these firearms, despite the fact of previously being convicted of forgery in 2001, possession with intent to distribute a controlled substance in 2008, and the unauthorized use of personal identifying information in 2008. And on January 31st,
like fake IDs,
Green was in possession of a 38 revolver, and for some reason he had hundreds of rounds of different types of ammunition, not just the 38.
Okay.
But he had previously been
but that 38 special. He trying to take the shells with him. I'm right with him. I'll take your shells with you.
An assault with a semi-firearm in 2000. So he seemingly
been special. I like
the
that.
last 25 years, but they got him going down
And
for
they're real small.
understanding foreign commerce.
I like those.
Now there is an individual on this case, Tion Devon Jones, aka Blueface, who seemingly has only went down for a violation based on a federal charge that he caught in 2009 on a conspiracy to distribute
the original Blueface, baby. Yeah,
to distribute methamphetamine. Now he also had a violation in 2019. So the details surrounding his current situation and being a part of Operation Drawdown is somewhat mysterious at this
the
moment.
original Blueface
On this case are two people that I would put my money on that are gonna end up snitching. We got this.
Now look, this is Bear Claw. Bear Claw is who Eddie Boy be talking about. Let's see. That's the original Blueface, not the one with Whack 100. Loose Cannon, Brick Baby, Big U, and it's somebody else. He talked about Bear Claw, Big Baby, Blueface, JJ. Maybe that's it. Maybe it was him. But yeah, Eddie Boy, he got so much content on all these dudes, and it's just little by little, and that's what got him in the algorithm of what's going on right now, because he grew up with a lot of these dudes. But a lot, like they said, a lot of these dudes ain't from 60s. So it is what it is. But I got some more motion.
Been paying attention to Buck Juan and Brian Perez Mejia. Those two dudes now, I don't want to necessarily put a jacket on nobody, but everybody else other than Jaquan Lee Smith, JJ, has some paperwork. Now, I don't know where Buck Juan's paperwork is or Brian Mejia, but it's something about these two dudes that's rubbing me the wrong way, man. They're not fitting in. So I wouldn't be surprised if these two dudes, if anybody
I
takes
think they cooks.
you may see one or both of these.
That white dude and that Asian dude is cooks.
You know, but
I think they the chefs.
You know, he's also a mysterious character in this situation. I'm not gonna say anybody is snitching other than the confidential informants that we know exist without name right now.
He even got
but somebody that's mysterious in this case, man.
Yeah, he just everybody else said nothing about it. All right. Now we finna go to what this person was talking about in the chat. How allegedly Whack 100 knew all this was coming to fruition. So we're gonna see this breakdown. This person didn't get too many views. That's why I like watching people that don't get a lot of views, because they do their homework a little bit more better. So we finna check this out. Let's see what Whack 100 did on this.
Response and showing y'all how these two documents prove that Whack knew Brick Baby was under investigation because he was working with the informant that snitched on Brick Baby.
What's the deal?
He's been lying to y'all the whole time, and everybody is taking Whack 100.
Abdul something off of something
just for views or money or whatever.
I do say elite
to bring me the lack of
I'm like
integrity.
But I know it's
these guys who call themselves bloggers or journalists have. So today, if you got a little time, you ain't got nothing to do, sit back, kick your feet up, hook your phone up, your speakers, Bluetooth, your TV, whatever, and enjoy this presentation. On February 6, 2026, defendant, which is Big U, filed two motions to suppress, challenging the legality of the government's investigation. One directed at the Title III wiretap authorizations, and another directed at standard search warrants. Both motions raised substantial challenges under Franks versus Delaware, alleging that the underlying affidavits contain deliberate or reckless distortions and omissions. So he's basically saying that the officers who submitted the affidavits to the judges for the wiretaps and the search warrants were reckless in their distortion of the truth, aka lying, and they left certain things out, which is the omissions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good looking out.
Authority for the wiretap orders, Ninth Circuit precedent mandates that a different district judge review the wiretap suppression motion. Furthermore, because the Franks challenges in both wiretap and standard warrant motions rely on the same factual nexus, including the same confidential source. So, the same confidential source is responsible for the information that was used to get the wiretaps and the search warrant. Some of the same
Somebody's an
devoted
official.
and collaborative work by the respective affiance, judicial economy, and the interest of justice favor reassigning both motions to the same district judge.
It's ugly. Somebody
So,
telling.
what he's saying is
They
by them working with this judge, by these guys presenting this false information to this judge and for him to sign off on it,
like scratch.
is a possible conflict of interest in him presenting a motion to suppress to this same judge, because that would be this judge acknowledging that
There's a
he signed off on bad information or on bad warrants.
do that.
What are the chances that he would do so?
Never.
It's all up to the courts to decide. But
gonna
me
press him with
personally,
anything.
I wouldn't want to go in front of the same judge that signed the warrants saying that these warrants are bogus and the information in them is bogus. While some people may feel that's favorable to you because you can, it's an opportunity to persuade the same person who signed off on it and he's more informed of the facts of the case. From Big U's perspective, if they playing dirty and he signed off on this, when you can look at this and tell that it's not right, then I don't stand a chance, so I want somebody else. Now, how can we look at this and tell it's not right? Let's get into that. The present procedural conflict is the foreseeable consequence of the government's deliberate and selective case steering. This one line, I gotta stop and break this down right here. He's basically this is saying that the situation that we are in right now was obvious. It was clear as day that this situation was going to happen as a result of them intentionally creating this circumstance.
Damn.
What circumstance is that? Let's get to that. Although the same assistant United States attorneys oversaw every prosecution arising from a wide swath of cases arising from the same investigation, they invoked relatedness inconsistently, basically saying they are inconsistently tying cases together. They saying that all of this is one investigation and all of these guys are involved in this together, but the relatedness, the notice of relatedness that they are filing is very inconsistent when all of these guys are supposed to be the same thing and involved in the
Yeah,
same
it's like
problem.
all different cases smushed together.
Cases only when doing so ensured consolidation before the very judge who had authorized the underlying wiretaps. So the only cases that they filed notice of relatedness on are cases that they were trying to get in front of this judge. So they made this judge think that these cases were related They had him sign off on these search warrants, and it was all designed to get in front of him. That's what
Yeah,
Big was
it
all.
just
It's all
smushed them all
designed to make
together.
sure
This
this
why
one
he was
judge
together.
oversees all of these cases.
So they did, yeah.
Him overseeing all of these different cases, it gives the prosecution better control because if they have a good relationship with the judge, then
If
it is what it is, and
they
that's what
do,
he accused
they
him
go
of.
eat
He
with him at
accused him of
lunch.
running a job.
For sure, they eat
The
with him at
government
lunch.
thereby
What's the
created the
deal? What's the
precise
deal?
circumstances that now trigger Ninth Circuit precedent requiring the suppression challenges to those wiretaps be decided by a different court.
What's the deal?
This conflict arose in the context of Operation Drawdown, a years long, wide sweeping investigation that resulted in 19 defendants being charged across 11 separate matters. So there are 19 people, but there are 11 different cases. Not everyone is on the same case, including the instant case.
So they just cleared the
Exhibit
street.
A, the United States Attorney's
They
Office
just
for
cleared
the
the
Central
streets.
District of California and the Los Angeles Division of the FBI publicly highlighted these arrests and charges, characterizing the defendants as members and associates of the Rolling 60 street gang. Yet, despite the unified investigative origin and common prosecutorial control, the government selectively applied related case procedures in a manner that foreseeably created the current procedural conflict. So once again, he's just reiterating the fact that even though they did this investigation for years, all of these guys charges stem from the same investigation. They have the same investigative origin, which we gonna get to that part too. What is the origin
Boy,
of the investigation? We gonna
where
cover
did it
that in
all
the
start?
video.
Who was the first one to get
This
cracked?
this and the government and the FBI presenting this on the news as if it's one operation, Operation Drawdown, and all of these guys are, in trouble together. In fact, there are 19 people charged on 11 different cases. So they made a show out of this, presenting this to the public as if all of these guys were going down and under Big U's control, and he is responsible for all of this. And to ensure that it plays out the way that they wanted to play out, Big U is accusing them of using the same prosecutor, agent, judge pipeline to get the warrant signed off on and to hear the case and hear the motions and all of that. Basically saying, they railroading them. It's the same people, the same agents working with the same prosecutor, working with the same judge. Now let's dive into what's making him feel like this. The pattern of selective relatedness.
We
The government's inconsistent filing of notices of related case suggests a litigation tactic rather than commitment to judicial economy. In other words, the way that they are filing these documents shows him that they are looking for some strategic playing ground when it comes to dealing with his case. In the earliest stages, the government attempted to relate USA versus Hun. I don't know how you pronounce dude last name. Hun to USA versus Jones. Judge Klausner
his name is
decided that
Hughes. You don't even know how to pronounce Hughes.
no
That
facts
dude can't read.
cases involve
It
the
said
same parties
Hughes.
or same
He said
sections
Hughes.
or
Boy, listen.
occurrences. So those two cases were not related at all, but the government attempted to relate them. A different judge, Klausner, declined that. Following this rejection, the government became highly selective. On October 1st, 2024, the same day that the Hune indictment was filed, the government filed USA versus Forbes and USA versus Smith. And 1 week later, USA versus Hughes. Despite these cases originating from Operation Drawdown, the government filed no notice of related case in any of them. So here he's saying, okay, they are trying to paint this picture that Big U is running this enterprise and that these are all of his underlings, yet they filed individual cases against all of these guys, but there is no notice of related case, meaning that there is no
So
transfer.
arrested everybody separately, but then they
correlation
all
with
got
history.
under draws down.
Y'all declined them because he said that there was no facts indicating that the cases involved the same parties or same transactions
Yeah.
or
So you're
occurrences.
pretty much saying it's so many different
Even though
members
y'all
from
see all
'60s
these
doing
guys,
stuff,
there's no information
you just put them under the RICO.
these two cases. Those were the
But some people don't even ain't talking to each other.
Similarly, when the government filed USA versus Green, USA versus Mitchell, and USA versus Britain in February of 2025, it again chose not to relate the Green or Britain matters to any other drawdown case. He then lists the FBI Los Angeles Division Instagram post announcing arrests for 19 Rolling 60s members and associates as a part of Operation Drawdown. March 19th, FBI Los Angeles Division posts with names and photos of the 19 targets of Operation Drawdown. And then he shows a USAO CDCA press release titled 18 other Rolling 60s members and associates charged federally. So he's pointing out that the government intentionally took these documents and this information to the internet, created propaganda. And even though all of these guys are not doing business together, they're not related, the judges are acknowledging that there are no facts really relating these cases. These guys know each other and talk to each other. They still try to file notice of relatedness in these cases because if they can get all of these cases related to each other, then it's easier to get these cases in front of one judge.
Yeah, they all separate, so they go to different judges.
We got 6 different judges handling these cases. Then we got evidence and information and stuff
That's missing from
different people from for different hearings. This judge might rule this evidence out, and now we got to fight this case
to get it in. Yeah, that's too much
thrown
back and
out
forth.
because wiretap, one investigation is what
They see.
led to all of these different cases. So he's saying that they strategically painted this picture of all of these guys being related so they can get this in front of one judge, which he believes is a judge that is working in tandem with the government and the FBI. But at the very least, if he's not working with them, he's not likely to acknowledge that he made a mistake signing off on his own search warrants and wiretap affidavits. The Mitchell Forbes bridge to this court. This is where he's going. A lot of y'all that's saying Brick Baby is a snitch because he took a plea deal need to pay attention to this part. The government's silence on relatedness ended only when it saw an opportunity to pull cases toward this court. On February 25th, 2025, the United States Attorney's Office authored a notice of related case claiming that Mitchell was related to the prior filed Forbes case. The government argued that the transfer was necessary because both cases charged firearm offenses arising from the same investigation into the Rolling 60s. Both indictments rely on evidence that ultimately led to a Title III wiretap in case 22 CM 221, and common discovery will be produced. This court consented to the transfer. So, what he's doing now is he's pointing out
Application shall defense which include a target
gave them
phone for Mitchell.
to relate Brick Baby's case with this Forbes case. But the November 2nd, 2022 Title
Listen to
III
this.
application is now challenged by the defense, which include a target telephone for Mitchell, makes no mention of Forbes. So this Forbes dude that they are trying to say is
Relatable.
part of this same investigation and the charges arise from this same investigation and the same Title III wiretap. They're saying, Big U is saying that that wiretap application does not even mention the Forbes guy.
So how are y'all saying that these cases are related and that these cases are arising from the same investigation and they both indictments rely on evidence that was used to get a Title III wiretap? This sounds like the same move that they tried to pull in the Jones case with the other judge, but the other judge declined to sign off on it. In this case, they have a judge who's basically just signing off on everything that they bring
Yep.
him, and in
So yeah,
return, they are orchestrating things within the case.
yep. They doing how they want
Or
that they
this
look.
hears all of their arguments and
If he
everything
think one is guilty,
within
all gonna be
related
guilty.
to this
So that's
case.
how they book every.
According to Big U, aside from being part of the same general investigation and takedown, these defendants are no more related to each other than any of the other defendants in the 9 cases where the government remained silent on relatedness. So Big U is saying, based on what he sees in the paperwork, there is nothing that says that these two guys are related or dealing with each other or that his case is related to his case in any type of way, other than the fact that one investigation led to all of this.
Yeah, the wiretap of
So
motherfucking
now
Metro.
this really clears
So they was
Brickbat,
just
because
eavesdropping
this
and
is
they found out.
himself putting out the argument that there exists nothing that shows that these two cases
He trying to distance himself from Brick Baby.
that these people don't talk to each
He
other,
says he wants to distance his case from Brick Baby
backgrounds and history.
because he has
The
a
crimes that
target
they are
phone.
being
It
accused of
says
are not
target
related at all.
telephone for beneficial.
Why
What does that mean?
some guys are saying, man, we not doing
Brick
nothing.
Baby was the targeted cell phone that called everybody for them.
Guys that know each other doing a bunch of different stuff, and they took it and turned it into
Yeah, but
tyranny.
Brick Baby was talking to everybody.
How can this be a situation where all of these guys are a part of the same investigation? They all alleged members of the 60s. This operation is one big operation, yet none of these cases are related. The cases that they are trying to file notice of relatedness to point to a certain pattern. Now, let's get to that part. The instant matter, which is Big U's case, was originally assigned to Judge Hugh, but was transferred to this court, the court that he is in now, only after the government filed a notice of related case to the
Facts.
initial matter. So he's saying that he was originally in front of a different judge, but the government filed a notice of related case, and that's how he got moved in front of this judge, which happens to be the same judge that signed off on the search warrants and the same judge that's handling Brick Baby's case.
Back that 5
But for the Mitchell case being used as a bridge to the Forbes case, this matter would have remained with Judge Scarsey, who was originally assigned to Mitchell. So he's pointing out that originally he had Judge Hugh. This case, the Forbes case, was in front of the judge that he's in front of now, and Brick Baby's case was assigned to a judge named Judge Scarsey. Now, what the government did is filed a notice of related case to Brick Baby in the Forbes case, and then filed a notice of related case to Brick Baby in Big U's case, and funneled all of these cases in front of this same judge. Big U is arguing that there is no relation between his case and Brick Baby's case, nor is there a relation between Brick Baby's case and Forbes' case. There is no relation between Big U's case and Forbes' case. The only thing that the government is using to tie these situations together is that they were part of the same investigation. Big U then goes on to argue that the government's successful effort to steer this litigation to the issuing judge has now created the very structural necessity for reassignment that the Ninth Circuit seeks to avoid. So he's pointing out that the Ninth Circuit has already ruled that they want to avoid situations like this, where one judge is the person who heard the information in the affidavits about the wiretap applications and signed off on that. Now he's the same judge who's hearing all of the evidence in the courts, and he's the same judge who is going to preside over the trial. They don't want that happening. By choosing to consolidate these matters here, the government ensured that the presiding judge would be the same jurist immersed in the ex parte development of the government's investigation, centered on a series of wiretap applications that the court issued. Having created this conflict, the government cannot now avoid the procedural remedy. The wiretap suppression motion must be reassigned to a neutral arbiter to ensure an independent second level of review. So Big U is arguing that the government strategically put the pieces of these cases together so that they can get them all in front of one judge. And now he's challenging the search warrants and the affidavits that go along with that, and they want to put that in front of the same judge who signed off on it. And the Ninth Circuit has already said they don't want that happening. It's just that simple. But what this does is it gives you insight into how Big U views the evidence that's being brought against him. He's pointing out that aside from being in the same investigation, none of these cases are related, meaning that none of the evidence that they have against Brick Baby is applicable to Big U. Nothing that Brick Baby is accused of or charged with is in any way related to Big U. So how can Brick Baby taking a plea on any of that affect Big U? If Big U is arguing and pointing out that his case has absolutely nothing to do with Brick Baby's case. Brick Baby's charged with having guns in his house. Big U is charged with some other stuff, nothing to do with each other. How does Brick Baby's plea affect him? The Fourth Amendment's warrant requirement depends on a neutral magistrate, a rule compromise when the government presents a systematically distorted narrative. Here, the overlap between the standard search warrants and wiretap authorization is not merely thematic but evidentiary. Both applications rely on a virtually identical factual through line, using many of the same anchor events to construct the government's
Got
false
him,
theory
coach.
of extortion. Critically, although the affidavits bear different signatures, the affiants worked
Brick
closely
Baby better
together
take
in
that deal.
developing such that the distortions and omissions embedded in each application cannot be viewed in isolation. So, what Big U is saying here is that this has already been recognized as a problem by the courts. And because these officers not just prepared their affidavits based on the same facts and events, but also worked on these affidavits together, and also the fact that these affidavits have a distorted narrative and a false theory, that there's no way he can trust the process of this judge, presiding over these warrants in this hearing when he's the person who signed off on this. When factual misstatements are corrected and exculpatory context restored, the shared narrative collapses, revealing that both warrants rest on the same flawed factual core. So basically saying when we go through this and we correct everything that's wrong and put the real story here, then this whole made up theory that they have, it falls apart. It's the same thing that we see in the Dirt case with the lyrics and this whole theory of he bought them grills as compensation. Who the hell gonna do a murder and then take a grill for compensation? Like, come on, man. But this is the government's theory, and he has to challenge it. This shared and distorted narrative, advanced through the efforts of each affiant, must be evaluated collectively to determine whether the misrepresentations were reckless, if not deliberate. Because these suppression motions challenge warrants grounded in the same evidentiary foundation, judicial economy and the interests of justice strongly favor having them decided by a single district judge who did not authorize the underlying surveillance. Basically, we don't want the judge in this case and the judge in this case and the judge in this case to all hear different motions, possibly make different rulings when all of this evidence comes from the same thing. At the same time, we don't want the judge who signed off on them being the person who's hearing the evidence and the motions either. First, both affidavits rely on the same alleged July 5th, 2021 robbery as the primary predicate for the investigation. In both instances, the government characterizes this incident as an established extortionate robbery by presenting this uncorroborated event as a foundational fact in both applications. The government created a shared narrative that a single judge should now parse. Adjudicating either motion requires evaluating the same omission, including the FBI's lack of investigation and the CHS's immediate resumption of business with his alleged robbers, including seeking protection from actual robbers to determine if the magistrate was systematically misled. So here, Big U is pointing out that there's evidence that shows that even after Big Dale claimed that he was robbed, he immediately began doing business with Big U again.
Yep.
He immediately
Here we
began
go.
trying to book shows and all of that stuff, kept going with the business, including coming to Big U and asking Big U to help him out in a situation where he was actually robbed. And Big U is saying that because none of this information was presented to the judge when they asked for the search warrant, that they should go in front of a separate judge to have a hearing to determine if they intentionally or at least recklessly decided to leave certain details out. Because again, they are required to present certain information. The way they paint this story is if they robbed Big Deal and then called him over to the spot and then told him, "You're gonna get robbed again if you don't give us money. Here goes some of your money back so you can stay on your feet and keep your business running." But Big U was saying, "Hey, this dude just got on his own and came to me for help." You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff about that's how you rob yourself and all of that. None of that is corroborated. He argues that it is uncorroborated. And we're going to get to the next part where the government responds. We're going to get to all of that in the same video. And I'm going to show y'all how the government acknowledges that there is no corroboration for that. But yeah, he's basically saying he can expose the lies and he wants to do so in front of a different judge than the one who signed off on these warrants and these wiretap applications. Second, both affidavits utilized the same December 2nd, 2021 phone call to portray Henley as demanding a $30,000 extortion payment and issuing threats. Each time, the government relies on the same cherry picked quotes to manufacture a narrative of criminal coercion. Restoring the context of this call, which reveals a routine business dispute over a promotion of Mr. Henley's birthday celebration, a proposal conceived and priced by the CHS himself, is a task that should not be duplicated across two courtrooms. So, what he's pointing out here is that these affidavits rely on the same facts, and that these same facts can easily be disproven. He's saying that if you listen to the call in its entirety, you will see that this is a routine business argument. You will see that he didn't demand $30,000 from Big Deal. Big Deal actually proposed $30,000 to Big U, as a payment for the party. Again, once the party went down,
why would
want to pay anymore, regardless of whether the other guys showed up or not. Neither of those guys came out and said it was a false promotion. They didn't give you a black eye as a promoter. They didn't come out and say, "Hey, I will not be there," which would have deterred people from coming to the party. They just let it ride out and let you use their name and face for promotion, which was a benefit of doing business with Big U. You still got to pay that man, bro. You just being a slime ball and trying to scheme out money. Crucially,
Yes.
the distortions and material omissions of each affiant cannot be viewed in isolation. The fact that two agents working in tandem recycled the same distorted narrative across different warrant applications demonstrates an overall pattern of deception rather than a series of negligent oversights. So Big U is saying that they went in here and intentionally put these false stories and narratives together in order to deceive the judge into signing off on this. He doesn't trust that the judge will acknowledge him to see, but will instead try to go along with it to save face. He says that he has evidence that can demonstrate that this is all false. Each agent's decision to foreground the CHS-1's uncorroborated claims while concealing his proactive business solicitations bears directly on the overall recklessness, if not deliberateness, of both affiants. So Big U is also right here saying that he has um information and evidence that Big Dale was soliciting him for business
Yes, sir.
while he was alleging that he was robbed. And
Yes,
he's gonna put this information out. And it's gonna be hard to convince a jury that you're a victim when you going back to these guys asking how much can you rent a house for and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
It's just hood stuff. You still got robbed.
Signing both, hold on,
It's just
because the
it's
Franks
hood stuff.
challenges in each motion turn on this collective pattern of behavior, a single independent judge should view these actions collectively. Assigning both motions to one judge ensures a comprehensive evaluation of the government's investigative integrity, promotes judicial economy, and prevents the risk of inconsistent outcomes regarding the same set of distorted events, which is what I pretty much said in the beginning. You don't want three different judges hearing these motions, making different rulings when all of it comes from the same stuff. That's a recipe for disaster. Damn, they're gonna use damn near guaranteed appeal, but who want to go through that?
Yeah.
Having a single judge decide both motions would also avoid unnecessary duplication of judicial effort. Because both motions rely on the same evidentiary record, Mr. Henley filed a consolidated set of exhibits requiring two different district judges to independently review and master these overlapping materials would needlessly consume judicial time and resources. Further, a single judge is best positioned to provide a consistent comprehensive evaluation of these common factual predicates, ensuring that the government's investigative integrity is measured against the full weight of the restored record rather than in fragmented isolation. Now, the government would respond to this and they would say, Defendant Eugene Henley requests that the court reassign two pending suppression motions, one challenging Title III wiretap authorizations previously signed by this court, and one challenging standard search warrants signed by unrelated magistrate judges
So that's
to a
two
different district. The request, like his motions, should be denied. Additionally, in so requesting, defendant creates yet another false narrative, this time regarding the government's indictments in this case and others that require correction. To be clear, on March 19th, 2025, the government sought to arrest more than 15 individuals associated with the Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips, including defendant, the majority of whom had already been indicted. Some of those cases were related to each other, some were not. In strict compliance and fidelity to the local rules, the government identified which may be related and set forth detailed explanations and did not relate those who were not.
Ooh-wee.
Defendant now sets forth a complicated web of conspiracy theory
Ooh-wee.
that relies on mistake, speculation, and falsehoods,
Yeah.
arguing that the government's intent was to
See,
steer
kinda
the
make it
case
seem
to
like
this
they
court
straight up
or others. In sum, the defendant now believes that the government's stringent adherence to local rules was forum shopping. The opposite is true, and there is no forum in which his guilt is not plain or in which defendant's suppression motions hold water. As to recusal generally, the primary legal predicate defendant invokes United States versus Rodriguez does not require reassignment here. The single sentence in Rodriguez on which defendant cites is dicta. The court decided the case without needing to resolve whether reassignment was mandatory. Cited no authority for the proposition, and the parties had not briefed the point. So they basically trying to say that there's no need to reassign these motions. This stuff that Big U is saying is all in his head, and is pretty much he's nitpicking at lines in the case laws to get his way. They would go on to cite, the case laws and the different stuff that they feel supports their position that Big U should not be granted this motion. Then they would get to what we call the statement of facts, which I feel is the most important part of their reply. The statement of facts states that the government first indicted a single Rolling 60s affiliate on August 27, 2024, charging that individual with firearm possession based on the sale of firearms. And then they cite the case. A few months later, on October 1st, 2024, the government indicted two individuals in another case. This is the Jones case, is the first person that they said they indicted. A few months later, they indicted United States versus Hume, who were selling firearms to Rolling 60s members, including to defendant Jones in the previous case. As such, it submitted a notice of related case to the Jones matter. The Honorable Judge Klausner declined to accept the Hume case. So they took the United States versus Jones to Hume, and then they came back and said, well, Hume is selling guns to Jones, and tried to file a notice of related cases, trying to tie the cases together, and the judge declined that. The government then indicted another Rolling 60s affiliate in United States versus Forbes.
What's his name?
The government later indicted other Rolling 60s affiliates in United States versus Green and United States versus Britain. These cases targeted Rolling 60s gang members, but did not have an overlap in confidential informant, were for different crimes, narcotics rather than firearms, and were adopted after state search warrants on the defendants' locations, again based on information from a different source unrelated to Jones, Hume, or the Forbes case. So the Green case, the Britain case, those were completely different investigate. Well, not they were the same investigation, but it was a different informant that was working on that, and so they decided not to file a notice of relation to those cases. At the same time, the government indicted United States versus Mitchell, which is Brick Baby. The government filed a notice of related case in Mitchell only because the informant in Forbes also provided information that led to the wiretap on which Mitchell was intercepted. Again, that informant did not provide information regarding Green or Britain, and thus the government did not file a notice of related case or a similar notice there. When the government noticed the relation of the current case, which is Big U's case, to Mitchell's, it stated the Title III evidence will overlap from both cases and cited the wiretap. It did not state that this court's review of that wiretap was the basis or would be a basis for relating the case. In other words, they are not saying that Brick Baby's case and Big U's case are related because they have reviewed the evidence and feel like these are two cases that are, they coincide with each other. They are intertwined. The reason that they found these cases to be related is because the same informant that informed on the Forbes case is the same informant that informed on Big U's case. And the evidence that they found in the Forbes case helped lead to more evidence that they used to get the wiretap against Big U and Brick Baby. Because these cases share an informant, the government says that it did state that any motion to suppress the wiretap would be duplicative in both cases, meaning if this motion gets filed in this case, then they're gonna have to put it in the other case because it all come from the same wiretap. Mitchell was listed in overt acts of Big U's case, as well as other factual relations. Other than that, there is no relation. You know, there is no conspiracy. I want to say there's no racketeering. These two aren't charged with a crime together. It's just one investigation led to all of the information. All the government's notices of related cases were based on Local Rule 83 1.3, not on this court's approval of the wiretap application, nor on any other improper basis. And the government was forthcoming in those notices so that the court could decide whether to consent to the transfer, assuming that the court was not randomly assigned. Because each notice of related case for this takedown was submitted with other indictment paperwork, the government did not know which judge would be randomly assigned at the time it submitted the notice. So they basically trying to say, man, we didn't know what judge was going to get this notice. But as Big U pointed out, they didn't file the notice of related case until they had got everybody in custody and they started reviewing some of the information that they were getting from people. If you felt like these cases were related and that there was something that you could get from it, you know, then you would have filed that from the beginning. That's what Big U is arguing. Big U is arguing they didn't do this until they realized that the case wasn't going the way they thought it would, and that they needed to try to get everybody in front of the same judge who was involved in signing off on the warrants because he has information about what they being accused of. So he's more likely to be like, yeah. Now that we got that out of the way, I'm going to redirect your attention back to this document because this is the source of it all. And it's funny that this is the end, it's kind of climatic, but whatever. This is the source of it all. As y'all can see right here in the government's response, they said that the informant in Forbes provided the information that led to the wiretap in Mitchell. So the person who was snitching in the Forbes case also provided information that they used to get the wiretap that they caught Brick Baby and Big U on, meaning that the Forbes wiretap situation and the telling on the Forbes case happened before the telling on the Big U case. Okay, we got that. We got that. Now, they have clarified that the reason this is a related case is because they share an informant. We know now because Wack ran his mouth that informant is Dale Morrison, Big Dale. So here we have it. Big Dale not only burned Big U, he burned Brick Baby Forbes too. And by burning them, he burned Brick Baby. Now, I know y'all wondering why am I bringing this up? Let me redirect your attention to Wack as he tells us his version of how he knew Brick Baby got arrested.
Glad I got it to the he admitted it. I've been telling y'all how I knew. Before that, and my girl know. When that nigga, his whole thing was whack is the feds. How did he know I had got caught with a K before I even get booked? Because when you got cuffed and when they pulled off the curb, yo bro called the homie to pull up. He came over there and called me before they just got you to do who? Brick, what you mean? Baby, what they get him with? I hear her. Oh, they took a K and a couple guns and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop.
Now, Wack loves to make it sound as if he got some crucial insight and critical information. And, you know, he always put a little extras on it when he's describing how he knows these things. But let's look at this for what it really is here. If you look at the documents, you'll see that the government is saying they only filed a notice of related case to Brick Baby and Big U's case and the Forbes case because the same informant that informed in the Forbes case provided the information that led to the wiretaps in Brick Baby and Big U's case. If you look at Big U's paperwork, you will see that the informant who provided the information that led to the wiretaps is CH1 which we know now to be Dale Morrison, Big Dale, Monster, whatever you want to call him. We know this because Whack 100 came to the internet and told us that Big Dale came to him and told him that he was telling on Big U and cooperating against Big U. With that said, let's just use our common sense and logic here
He said our
and
common
recognize that Whack 100 knew about Brick Baby's arrest and the whole AK situation because Big Dale told him. It's the same informant that's working the Brick case was working the Big U case, and as soon as he found out Brick got arrested, he jumped on the phone and called Whack. Yeah, they just got Brick, and Whack can't say that because if Whack says that, then he's compromising the investigation. He's telling the feds openly that Big Dale is reporting to him what's going on in the case, even though we can see that that's what's going on. But he would have been openly exposing that. And at the time, Big Dale was still cooperating, so he couldn't do that. We know that he was talking to Big Dale while Big Dale was cooperating because he put Loose Cannon on the phone with him and then said, well, damn, they was talking wide open and Big Dale was still working the whole time. Well, he told you he was working and you put him on the phone. So you knew this. And just like you did that, you orchestrated the same thing with Brick. You knew that Big Dale was working and you put Loose on the phone. You knew that Big Dale was working on Brick and you couldn't expose it at that time. When he told us that Big Dale was on the phone with Loose Cannon and played the call and shit, everybody was already arrested. So he felt like, okay, I ain't interfering with the investigation no more if I expose this. But you still fucking up the case because now you are letting it be known that you had a direct line with the informant. He was telling you information as he was getting it from them. Brick got arrested and somehow Whack just mysteriously knows. And then he pops up, oh yeah, my homie smashing his girl.
Yep.
No, bro. Big Dale ass is the same informant. And why do y'all think Whack never told us this? Whack claims he got
Because
all of this
Dale
paperwork.
would have messed up the case.
Never once said Big Dale is the one who started the snitching on the gun running case. He never once said, yeah, Big Dale told on Forbes and busting him. And then he tried to make it seem like Big Dale told on Big U and Big U brought everybody else down with him being reckless on the phone. What happened is Big Dale told on Bus and them niggas before he even told on Big U. He was already working with them on that case.
You better
That's
know
why
it.
if you look at the government's paperwork, it says that Big Dale was cooperating in an unrelated matter. So they all over the place because on one end they saying that the case that Big Dale was cooperating in was unrelated to Big U, but on the other end they saying that it's related to Brick Baby. The case he was cooperating in is related to Brick Baby's case.
Because he was talking to the same informant.
So they doing a whole lot of trying to pull strings and tie knots, but the reality is Whack was working with Big Dale all along. He knew that Big Dale was cooperating on Brick Baby and informing on Brick Baby too, but he couldn't expose it. Instead, he kept trying to entice Brick Baby into getting into these arguments and stuff.
He kept trying to have a Big Baby.
Because he
kept telling Brick Baby to speak bad on, and Brick Baby would never speak bad on Big U. Remember that?
He was wondering how the hell did Whack know Brick got caught with a chopper and all of this shit. This was a domestic situation, some shit that went on in his house. So the only way Whack could explain knowing was to make it seem like the information came from in-house. In reality, he knew because Big Dale told him. If y'all can't look at this paperwork and see that, I don't know what's wrong. All these guys,
I don't know what's
baby
wrong.
stitching. The government is saying clearly that there's no relation to Brick's case and Big U's case other than one packet of discovery. The discovery got all of them wrapped up. But other than that, the crimes are not associated at all. Brick charged for guns, he charged for extortion. Brick is mentioned in his overt acts. They pointed that out. But other than that, there is no correlation. So everybody coming up with these theories and strategies on how Brick snitching.
So, in essence, what he's saying in a nutshell, Dale was the snitch. Dale was calling everybody and Dale had the hot phone. When Dale called your hot home phone, now he makes Brick Baby phone hot as a motherfucker. Brick Baby talking about all type of stuff on there. But what coincides is that one snitch, that one what they call it? I don't even know what to call him. What they call CI, whatever, informant. Yeah, that type. I don't even know what to call it. But yeah, that type telling type stuff. I don't see how these dudes keep them jobs and then don't worry about their head getting blew off. But yeah, and then messing with gangsters. But yeah, he did it. And I guess Whack 100, he know everybody, and can't money make people talk. And if they working for money for the informants for the feds, don't you think they'll take a side bet with a Whack 100, and then Whack 100 gonna take it straight to No Jumper and whoever else gonna listen on, because he only going to big platforms to tell these lies. So it is what it is. So that's the breakdown of Brick Baby. Now I got something more that y'all might not even know. You got your boy Spody Face talking about he's about to put out Trevor with Baby B Braids being a homosexual. Yes, he said Baby B Braids spoke up on his name for the last time, and the only reason why he didn't put Baby B Braids out there with Trevor, he's supposed to be jail lover, the boy on boy action. He said because he got family members from Langs. So I'm finna show y'all this clip that only been uploaded maybe like 30, 45 minutes ago. And that's because we was watching this. But once again, Spody Face is finna put Baby Braves out on blast about the Trevor situation with the homosexual activity. He said he tired of Braves saying his name and he only left it alone because he in jail and but he said he only did that because his relatives is from Langs. Like his own, he said, I be in your hood. So now we finna watch Spody Face tell the alleged real about Trevor and Baby B Braves having a boy toy in jail. My mama, when I saw this, I was listening to it, but like I said, I don't like to cheat. I like to listen to it with y'all. So after we play this, I'm gonna end the live for the day. Like I said, I wasn't feeling too hot today, but I still gave y'all 111 minutes almost. You know what I mean? So even when I'm feeling bad, I just do it for y'all. Y'all made me who I am. So I gotta kick that ish. Wasn't nothing on YouTube anyway. So I had to kick the dough in. So here we go. I hope y'all ready for this game. I hope y'all ready for this game.
4 X's beat you up.
Here
X4
we go.
fucked your bitch. And you get mad because if you notice, I haven't
Here
mentioned
we
or
go.
said
Baby B Braves, homosexual. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that subscribe button.
I'm not about to sit up here and go back and forth with a nigga I would never see. I will never see you unless you win your
Baby B
appeals and get on
Braves
the streets
on the
on.
homosexual
It
activity.
was no need for me to go back and forth with you. But I constantly hear and see, well, I'm not gonna say see, but people send me stuff where you constantly got my name in your mouth, bro. You constantly got my name in your mouth. I ain't said your name in months.
He said more live.
But since you got mine in yours, let's talk about it. I understand you doing your little content over there, but when you being disrespectful, then that's another thing. You sitting up here getting on here talking about Turtle or Mark. Nigga, you a Mark. You can't say nothing Marcus that I
Said
ever
you
did in my
Mark,
life,
nigga.
bro.
He
Let's
said
keep it a
you
band.
Mark.
Let's
Chatty
keep it a
Patty.
band. Before you went to jail, you had no history, bro. Before you did that little 1-2, you had no history, bro. You living in the shadows of your big homie. When a nigga say be brazy, nigga thinking about the rapper.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Nigga thinking about the rapper.
Yeah, that's why your name's so hot. Yeah.
You live in the shadows of another
You
nigga.
is. Your name wouldn't be popping if it wasn't that, bro.
Even to Lil Braze.
That's facts.
Lil Braze know me. 40 Crip when he was in the dorm having problems. Asked him who had his back, who was getting them boys up off of him. It's a fact, bro. All your homies know me. This is a fact. They're around my age, they know me. Like I said, I got peoples over there, bro. I be in your hood, bro.
See,
To this day, I'll be
he
in
said
there,
I be in your
in
hood, bro.
bro.
I don't know if that.
You got a little respect over there. You did your little 1-2. You kept it solid for the most part. Respectable.
But besides that, like, what do your name go? You get on here like you just big dog moving. You're not, bro.
He said you're big dog.
0, nigga.
Oh wait.
And the crazy part about it is the only reason why a nigga ain't dropped the tape with Trevor is out of respect for my peoples that I got over there. I told you who my peoples is, bro. That's the only respect. They didn't beg me, like, bro, don't do the homie like
They
that.
begged
Don't
you.
bleed the homie like that blood. You know what I'm saying? Let my little
They
Letty
begged
live.
you.
And this, that, and the third. This what your homies telling me. This what my people's over there telling me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let bro live. But since you want to pop it and you want to say all type of weird stuff on the net, I'm gonna go ahead and drop that. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that, man. I got this new channel called. I got this new channel coming. I'm at the world premiere. You know what I'm saying? It's called Spoetic Justice. I was gonna put
A
something
little
out for
saucy.
that. That's
A
gonna
little
break the
saucy.
internet.
I ain't gonna lie.
Definitely, that Trevor interview is definitely come, but don't make it seem like on here you telling the people, oh, he ain't dropped it because he lying, nigga. He crazy. Your homies begged me not to drop it. Let's keep it a band.
Oh
Your
wait.
homies begged me not to drop it. My people's from over NIB over there, bro.
Oh
Shout out
wait.
to the lanes.
Oh wait.
Keep telling you, I
Oh
F with them.
wait.
The real ones over there, bro. I F with them, bro. Them bros. I ain't got no problem with the lanes. I got no problem with you, nigga. It's clear that you got a problem with the hood. 4X's beat you up. X4 fucked your bitch. And you get mad because I'm exposing you for being homosexual.
Ooh.
Then you fuck with the you laugh and you joke with the little weird nigga. He ain't nobody from the hood.
Ooh.
He
C
got his
star.
own type of weird stuff. You know what I'm saying?
C
Like both of
star.
them the game.
Ooh.
4
He said you and C star.
all the little bullshit information.
Ah.
You listening to a nigga that ain't got no power, no nothing in the hood. You
Ooh.
tell him I said something.
Ooh. Ooh.
Man,
Ooh.
the nigga don't even respect that.
Oh wait.
Another nigga to say something when he can't say it on his own.
Hey, y'all gotta admit, he just marked out C Star. I don't know if y'all heard what I heard. He said, "Tell that little gay nigga y'all gay together. He ain't got no he ain't got no nothing in the hood. He ain't nobody pretty much on 4 bro." He just disrespected C Star. This hood on hood stuff is getting worser and worser. Now you remember in Spotty Face? Yeah, I don't like I don't respect people that be disrespecting their homies on the internet and this and that. Like I just feel like if you see him, just say what you say, woo, woo, but all that dissing your homeboys and people from your hood, that's not respectable. What you just do to C Star?
We all know who we talking about. He's a clown, a nobody.
You just
You keep putting
you
my
just
name
call
in
C
your
Star
mouth.
a nobody.
You weird. You the only nigga I know that been locked up 15 years and still 110 pounds. What that mean? You smoking dope.
Oh,
You smoking dope.
no. Sporty face. Hey, come on, chat. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. Who been saying this? Come on, man. Who the only person on live? Remember, I had 200 people in my chat yesterday, 250 people in my live last night. Who the first person that said he 109, 110 pounds? Come on, man. I told you. I told y'all last night. Sporty face, all them niggas that can't get my numbers, they watch my shit. He heard me say that last night. This nigga, I ain't heard nobody on the internet on the dead homies, nigga. Ain't nobody on the internet said on 10 Nino. Yeah, I said that nigga so skinny, he about 10 Nino, 109 pounds. Ain't nobody. Remember I said when they use my words, I'm on your ass. Don't use my jokes to get your numbers up, brother. Because nigga, I didn't talk bad about Spotty Face before. But like I said, you can't do nothing with me. All they can do is say, Bosco said, Bosco said, everybody know Bosco's a buster. You can't do nothing with me. And I done called you all kind of baby Bosco, little brother, and all that mush, dirty sponge face looking ass nigga. And now look, he steals my 109 pounds. The baby be braised. And you wonder why I had 200 and some almost 250 people in my live chat last night. And I told you who was gonna be in here. I said all the big YouTubers. They're not gonna say their name in my chat. They just gonna steal my lingo because my lingo is bingo. I been said since last night and the day before, I'm the first nigga that said on 10 Nino. He say that because he 109, 110 pounds. Man, I'm done. These niggas stealing my shit, gang. These niggas stealing my
Around here like you straight power out, nigga. You not power house, no nothing, nigga.
niggas and bust you down and then bust you down again. Like I don't care about none of that, bro. That you
I
talking
hate
about.
that stealing
Niggas
shit.
ain't gonna do that because we'll never run. We'll never cross paths. Hopefully you beat your case. Hopefully beat your appeal and you know what I'm saying and come back and then we'll handle the streets. Other than that, nigga, you not know. Stop running around like you just super sick, bro, because you're not. You caught a couple fades, all right. You stood on business, all right. You slid a couple times, all right, nigga. That's what you're supposed to do. You don't get no extra brownie points for that, nigga.
True, true.
You don't get no extra brownie points for that, bro. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to keep your mouth closed. When you on that, you're supposed to slide.
Down to the pound. You hear Big Mac Orange, he got it down to the pound.
Nigga, look at you frail and you bony. How you in a 4-yard, man?
Come on, Big Mac. Big Mac Orange. Didn't I just say that in my live last night when I roasted him? I said, nigga, how you up in there talking about you eating all the time, nigga? You skinnier than a schmedium. I said, this nigga got a schmedium on and got all that room in the motherfucking washed up ass and Hefe chewed up collar ass shirt. I do this naturally, and these niggas watch me and steal it. This nigga using the whole skinny, he doing the whole pixie stick, everything. I wouldn't be surprised. These niggas need my content. I don't need no jumper. These niggas foul. This nigga stole my shit just like Ed Hefe took the disclaimer that blinks in the so nobody could sue you. That's my disclaimer that Ed Hefe uploads every video. Thank you, Neptune. The smart one that read before he just pushed, oh yeah, I got a live. I read the conditions before I said continue. Y'all didn't do that. Just like y'all was bubbling in shit, and that's why y'all end up getting a DEG instead of a GED, because y'all were just like A, B, C, D, B, A, D, D, B, C, A. Y'all just thought it was free for all, with just bubbling in sheet and you gonna pass, huh? Stupid. Stupid.
Even programming, nigga. That's a fact. You in there smoking K2 all day, sniffing dope. Your homies ain't making you work out. Like, what's going on, bro? What's going on? Niggas be hating, bro. You getting a little YouTube money, bro. Them crumbs to a nigga on the streets, bro. Them
It is.
crumbs.
It is. Mm-hmm.
I barely even post on here. I get money outside of YouTube. I don't worry about no jumper or podcasts or YouTube to get money. I got chip way outside of this, bro. I want a few
So what's Spotify's other job? Anybody in the chat out of the 50 people in here, do y'all believe this nigga with him saying he got other jobs? What job does he do? He been out 6 months. He ain't no construction worker. So I don't know how he got in the Mercedes AMG in 6 months, unless it was your girls, like the house you paroled in, your girls that you calling yours, just like Aunt Hefe and just like motherfucking King Peel when he got out of jail. He just mysteriously ended up in the house, huh? That nigga didn't have tissue to wipe his butt.
this motherfucker, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I barely post. Cause I don't need this YouTube money. It's cool.
So why you go to No Jumper?
Other business investments and endeavors outside of YouTube.
Oh yeah,
To whole internet.
like showing up to
You
it.
do is poppy. You run your mouth too much.
So what are you gonna No Jumper for? What you gonna No Jumper for?
So all you do is talk, nigga. You ain't on that yard getting cracking on nothing. Nigga, talk about that. You always talking about what you gonna get cracking on and nigga, what you gonna do. Why you ain't got cracky did, nigga? Why you ain't in the hole did, nigga? You sitting up there comfortable with a cell phone. You ain't doing nothing, nigga. You always popping it. Nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga. You ain't even no nigga like that, nigga. Care what you went down for. I don't care what you got found guilty for. Nigga, that's regular where I'm from, nigga. Nigga been doing that, boy. Been doing that, boy. Been doing that. Every yard I hit, nigga, I never could get comfortable, nigga. I was always in the shoe, nigga. First to go, nigga. Dead homies, nigga. Ask your homies, nigga. Ask anybody about me, nigga. Stop playing on my name, bro. Like you just super sick, nigga. I didn't want to do this, homie. But somebody got to tell you about yourself, bro. You're not like that, bro. I don't give a fuck what Damo in my comments or what nigga that feel like they know you and all. You're not like that, bro. Stop playing. Like you trying to make it seem like you like that. Nigga, I'm funny because you slid, you did a couple. Nigga, you think that make you hard because you got 200 years, nigga? That don't make you hard. It just make you dumb because you got caught, nigga. That don't make you more of a man. You sitting up here popping it. Oh,
Remember, this was the peaceful crip and Hefe and Hefty Trash Bags and Spody Face. aka Turtle Cuz. Do this sound like the positive Crips that No Jumper hired? Cause as of these last couple months, y'all been going through your Whack 100, y'all been going through DC Baby Draco. Now you got on Jalik, now you on Braze. The peaceful Crips. Ain't that something? And Hefty Trash Bag and Spody Face came to the world as the peaceful Crips. Boy, y'all do more woofing than I did on two niggas. Sheesh, and that's because these niggas full-fledged lied on me and uploaded it on the internet. You just over here why you going back and forth with somebody got a bazillion years? That nigga got 200 and a bazillion years. What's wrong with you?
Next to what you be, he's sitting next to me, man. Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Every time you go to child, nigga, you sit next to a nigga, another nigga that's your enemy, nigga. How many niggas from Hoover on the yard, nigga? How many niggas from Broadway on the yard? How many niggas from Raymond on the yard? I can keep going on, so on and so forth. You're not getting cracking on them. Stop making it seem like you sick, nigga. You in there comfortable, kicked up with your feet up, nigga, on the cell phone. Sitting up here lying to the people. That's all niggas do is pop it, nigga. I didn't want to do this back and forth shit, nigga. I never see you, bro. Like, you got life, bro. Enjoy that. And I ain't even trying to make fun or laugh for the situation or nothing like that. I don't wish that on no pun nobody. But go and do your time, my nigga. Get your canteen, go on your family visits, do that, bro. It seemed like you got so much hatred in your heart. To me, I just told the truth. Anything that you say about me, you're lying. Everything I say about you is the truth. You sit up here and giggle and laugh about people, you know what I'm saying, their careers and people's lives and all that. But what are you doing, nigga? You're 110 pounds soaking wet on a level 4 yard. You're smoking dope. You getting all this money, and what are you doing with it?
It ain't a lot of money, dog.
Your YouTube page is popping because you gossip. That's all people want to hear is gossip. That's all you do. You talk like a bitch, nigga. You talk like a bitch, nigga.
Yeah,
Fuck out of here, nigga. You ain't sick, nigga. Go get cracking on something, nigga. You always talking about how active you gonna get in no Zark zone and all. Nigga, go get cracking. Why you ain't in the hole already, nigga?
That's crazy.
You ain't in the shoe, nigga.
You going in on somebody with a bazillion years, man.
You worried about that cell phone, nigga. That's what it is. Keep it a band, nigga. You trying to get a little money. You trying to put some money in your pocket, which is understandable. Don't try to make it seem like you just extra sick, nigga. I don't go fuck what you do, how many years you did, nigga. Niggas have been there, done that. Confirmed. Nigga, you just a crimey. Let's keep it a band, nigga. You a crimey, nigga.
Oh, this is a continued respect.
Crimey, nigga. Man, listen, homie. Listen, dog. Keep my name out your mouth, bro. Like, you going back and forth with a nigga that you would never see. I would never see you, bro.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I would never see you. Unless you beat your case, I would never see you. And 10, nigga, 4-0, nigga. Keep my name out your mouth, nigga. You's a weirdo. You's a weirdo,
He
nigga.
using every word to disrespect him. Every LA word he could use. He just
You ain't that other nigga that you be having in your life, nigga. Stop listening to clowns, nigga. Niggas ain't nobody. You fuck with nobodies, nigga. Niggas is nobodies, nigga. You niggas is internet niggas. 4-0, nigga. This shit is a hobby to me. Nigga, I don't take this shit serious, nigga. At all. I'm in the streets.
So why you but why you so pressed? If you don't take it serious, why you so
The reason why I ain't drop that, because your homies begged me not to drop it, nigga. Bro, don't do him like that, bro. Don't do my relative like that. I keep telling you, I have family members from your hood. I be in your hood. Again, shout out to the lanes, all the real don't mess with me, but they know. Actually, I'm trying to tell you, bro, whether you want to accept it or you want to believe it or not, but truth be told, you already know who I am, bro. You can front all you want to, bro. You know who I am. You know I get busy, bro. We ain't gotta even do all that. Yeah, but that little wave you riding because your older homie, you know what I'm saying, reputable blood, you know what I'm saying, Don Moon Rider, shout out to him, all respects to him. He was a nigga, bro. He was a nigga.
Yeah, he was.
Let's keep it a band. Lil Braze on
Lil
nigga.
Braze.
When he first was going through it, when he first got put on lanes and niggas was on him about it wasn't no Lil. When they was on they couldn't accept the fact that it was another B Braze on the day. I remember he was going through all that trawling era. He was in the dorm with me.
Damn.
322 East Max neighborhood dorm. Then we went to the Hoover dorm. Who had his back facing? This is a fact. Next up. This is a fact.
Mm.
This is a fact. Who was on that? One nigga KS from Lanes. Come on, bro. We not about to do it. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
Mm.
Shout out to Turtle. Lanes, Denver Bam, Lanes, KS, Lanes, Woody Lane.
I know Woody Lane.
Bro, to my next rest.
Woody Lane, Woody RIP though.
You an imposter, bro. You living off what you got caught for. I don't care about none of that, bro. It's a million niggas that did what you done did, bro, and more. That's what you're supposed to, bro. You did what you're supposed to. In my eyes, you don't get no brownie points for it. Cool. It's regular. Keep my name out your mouth, bro. And that Trevor interview is coming. Is coming real soon. Don't drop it. Say, nah, nigga, you was a homosexual, nigga.
I don't like that, bro. I really don't, man. That was very
Rap news, street politics,
that was
the best hood.
that was the most disrespectful without dissing his hood. That was the most disrespectful way to get at Brace on the internet. Yeah. And I could tell he's very emotional. I could tell that he was so pressed by a nigga in jail. That's the kicker. He was so pressed by the nigga in jail. And I believe it's because he got more views than you. But hey, I'll let you have it, But bruh, I don't think really on that, bruh. Cause if Baby Brace
Wiretaps.
is the reason why you blowing gasket for somebody in jail, that guess you gotta be mad. You gotta be mad at him getting more views than you. Otherwise, it don't even make no sense why you be mad at the dude like that. Right? You are burnt out, brother. That animosity right there, and then telling the whole world you got relatives from there, and that's why you sparing them. And then the goofiest stuff you ever did was say you still be over there. You know what I mean? Like you tell the world you still be over there in the lanes, and you never thought somebody may want to smack you now. Mind you, keyword, you in they hood. No matter if you got relatives, you still in they hood. Never forget that. Ain't nobody liking no 40s like that in the lanes. Like you getting love. I feel you. Wizard, Mushy, that's bogus as hell. Yeah, so at the same time, like I don't know what to tell you, brother. I just know you pressed. And then you try to distance yourself from being a YouTuber. Brother, this is what I'm gonna say to that. You can't. You don't know jumper, goofy. How you gonna distance yourself from the street and you are on the main platform of gossip? Yeah, all you do is gossip and woo woo. What do you go every Tuesday and Thursday and Monday and meet a new podcaster show for if it wasn't for gossip? Oh, and by the way, you over there trying to sign rappers. I never seen nobody on YouTube or No Jumper over there trying to find a new cast for No Jumper, and you over there talking about I'm gonna have you in the next cipher. Like you really got something going on. Your cipher wasn't that you didn't get no hella views for that, brother. I didn't like. We saw it. We watched it in my live. It wasn't all that, gang. KM, this is an old dude that took pictures with Mac 10, but it ain't enough for me to watch him though. That's that old dude, Kev Mac. Yeah, that's his name, Kev Mac. Okay, Whack One reacts to Charleston White says he's calling FBI. You know what? Nah, I'm gonna watch one more with y'all. I'm finna go to what is it, Clubhouse? where Clubhouse TV. Let me try TV first. Where the all day today they've been having Whack back and forth, but Whack has something to say about Munchie B again, and he had a shout out from London. Okay, for sure. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Is this the one? 9 hours? Nope. 5 hours? Nope. This is Whack and LA Brim. Yeah. This the one. Whack reacts to Bloodhound Brim leader. It gets the business clear on Game Pod. No, that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. No, he got into it with a blood today. Some I forgot who it was, but he got into it with a blood today. Blazers Rockstar keep a foot on my yeah, this is more like it. I'm glad it ain't got a gang of views. Now we'll be on my ass.
The blast. He might be that nigga, or he might be or whatever. He got popped by his own homie, right? His homie popped him. The other homie put the money on Munchie B. Yeah, the nigga that
He said Spody Bunk.
there's internal conflict. So
That's all cap. The nigga they shot him is not dead. Cap.
Oh no. We watched this morning. Gang.
but that's what they said online.
Okay, this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. So I'm gonna hit it again. And we gotta go back to the top. So it's gotta be these new ones. Clubhouse got 6 people watching in they ish right now. Clubhouse is live right now, and they got 6 people on their live. You should give it up. All right, let me go to this one.
The media team in there.
He finna talk about Whack 100. He finna talk about Young Thug and all that.
Me, threatening me. Your words was, we step on shit. Okay? You didn't say I, you made it plural. You said we. So that's in the coherence. That means the gang. You on
He said
probation.
that means coerce.
Then you
That
had a
means
fella
gang.
with you that was possessing a gun. You are not supposed to be around with people that had guns. Eyewitness, along with other witnesses, saw your friend with the short body, with the fat, pudgy stomach that hangs above
He disrespectful.
over his waistline like a kangaroo pouch. The fat motherfucker clutching the gun. His exact words as he was clutching the gun or appearing to be clutching the gun. I assumed it was a gun. I think it was a gun. I believe it was a gun. Right? That makes it aggravated assault. His word was, don't lose your life in her. My words was, do it. Then other people came out and interfered. I proceeded to brandish with the mace, and pull out the mace and say, you niggas will get maced. So I understand we was on a private airport's property, which is under the Federal Aviation Administration. So first thing Monday morning, because you said Jeffrey Williams on probation, aka King Slime, aka Young Thug. You said we step on shit. Your other brother, your goon with the gang chain, the YSL spider chain, pretending to clutch a gun as he was assuming or assumed to be brandishing and holding the gun, said, don't lose your life. I am now in fear of my life. What God? Contacting my attorney. First thing Monday morning, we will be going to the courts to file a restraining order against you for my protection. Not only that, I will be contacting the federal authorities because you made a threat while possessing a gun on federal property, a private airport. Pressing charges on you, Jeffrey. I know you're on probation. You finna go to jail. I swear to God, you will. I'm doing everything because you got me afraid for my life. You are a gang leader. You have, I don't even know why you was at the Drewski Could Have Been Love reunion. You wasn't on one episode, ugly mother. I don't even know what you were there for, nigga. Bother me. And you waited till I was by myself. You know you don't. Jeffrey, you know you don't. Right? I want to read something to you, Jeffrey. Here you go. I want to read something to you, Jeffrey. And you know you don't. So I called my lawyer. This is what we got on you, Jeffrey. This is what we got on you, Jeffrey. Making verbal threats at an airport in Florida is a serious offense. that is handled by law enforcement and can result in significant legal consequences, including felony charges and potential federal prosecution. The specific charges and penalties depend on the nature of the threat and where it occurred, etc. On the grounds versus on the aircraft. Essence, I'm glad you did. Making a verbal threats to harm someone at an airport in Florida is a serious criminal offense. I'm going to say it again. Jeffrey Williams Jr., aka Young Thug, also known as King Slime. According to the laws and the legislation in Florida, in the state of Florida, particularly at the Opelika Airport, are governed by the Federal Authority Administration. It says making verbal threats to harm someone at an airport is a serious criminal offense and will likely lead to immediate arrest, significant fines, and potential jail time. Such actions are taken extremely seriously due to the heightened security environment in airports and the potential involvement of federal law enforcement agencies like the FBI and TSA. Checkmate. We got us another one, boss. That's what the law says. Now, I ain't the one to make the rules, nigga. I'm the one to follow them and help enforce them. I done got gray overnight. Nigga, my beard wasn't gray last night till you start with me. I'm terrified. Now you that bad when you come into the airport with you had a gun on you. You had a gun, I saw. Man, you the assault. Potential charges include assault under Florida Statute 784.011 and intentional unlawful verbal or physical threat to do violence to another person, coupled with an apparent ability to do so in creating a well-founded fear of imminent violence in the victim is a second degree. Boy, you done up on probation, man. Boy, we done got another week. We done took down another rapper. You going down. Oh, going down. That's what the law of Florida said. Now listen. Aggravated assault. If the threat is made with the deadly weapon, now I seen a deadly weapon. I seen it. I seen it. The boy clutch. Because if he didn't have a deadly weapon, why would he make the threat that I would lose my life tonight? If the threat is made with a deadly weapon or with the intent to commit a felony, lose life is a felony now. Those are your words, thug, y'all. Remember, we step on shit. Remember now, that's what you said. We step on shit. And according to the RICO charges that the state has filed against y'all stepping on is the terminology of murder, homicide. That's when y'all homicide is step. So we'll read it again. Aggravated assault. If the threat is made with a deadly weapon or with the intent to commit a felony, it can be charged as a third-degree felony, carrying a possible sentence of up to 5 years and a $5,000 fine. Well, with somebody being on probation, I don't think you can stand the assault or the aggravated assault. Threat to conduct mass shooting. Well, he didn't do that. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie on him. One thing I'm gonna do, I ain't gonna lie on him. I ain't gonna lie on him. Federal charge. Airports fall under both state and federal jurisdictions. Threats in an airport often involve federal agencies and can result in federal charges. I'm going fed. I'm going fed. I'm saying he can beat state charges. We done seen the boy beat state charges. I'm going fed. I'm going fed. I'm going fed on this bitch here. He got me good. He a big bad slime, king slime. Got to go fed on the slime, because if you don't, he might get out and wiggle out again and try to do harm. Who would think somebody done been in the kind of trouble this boy done been in, or still want to come out and be in some more trouble? I don't know what kind of boy want to do that. He ain't learned this before. He gonna learn it with me. I swear for God, he will. And then he got the right nigga. I've been a corner killer, snitching nigga, far back like as I can remember, nigga. Here you talking about? You think I'm gonna stop now? No, sir, not me. I'm going to the graveyard killer. Nigga, I'm finna give me an honorary badge. Nigga, you think I'm tripping? You think I'm finna get a key to the city? I'm finna get a key to Atlanta City, nigga. I'm finna be the nigga to take Thug down. They been trying hard to get it too. Easy. This was an easy takedown here. He gave his ass to us. Boy brought his ass to us. He gave his ass. Boy brought his ass to me on the platform. I'm finna slice his ass up too, boy. I'm not gonna say, I'm finna slice young Thug. I'm talking about, I got evidence, I got witnesses and everything. Because it was the young lady who noticed the man had the gun. It was the young lady noticed. Then I looked and seen it too. Yeah. His ass in trouble with me. He gonna learn today. Yeah, if he didn't learn he didn't learn from the mother boy. Boy, learning from me. I'm gonna teach him. I teach rappers how to sit their ass down somewhere. I'm the nigga not with. Who am I? The neighborhood crime watch nigga. Who are you? The neighborhood crime watch nigga. The nigga that report crime. Who you report crime on? Any and everybody. Who you reporting crime on today? Young Thug. What'd he do? He threatened me at the airport with a gun. Him and his goons. He did not approach me by himself. He approached me with some niggas with a gun at a private airport in Opelika, Florida, and they weren't even supposed to have no gun on them. I got the right song for them, boy. So we're going down, boy.
Hey, White, do you know anything about this shit Charleston White saying about talking to Charleston White? What he talking about? Is he really gonna try to make him? Serious? Serious.
Nigga, about 30 minutes.
What did he say really happened?
He said they was at the Drew King event at the private jet spot in Opelika, Miami.
Mm-hmm. So what was their issue with Charleston?
Charleston said shit about Young Thug.
The nigga was tripping on. He said only thing he was Gunner was paying his attorney fees. Thug walked up on him with his goons in the block. And Charles went to reach for that mate he be having.
Right?
He said another nigga gripped up and said, "Nigga, we'll kill you in here."
He told him.
And that's what he said was a big commotion. Security came and all that. So, you know,
security got the story.
he said because it was on the airport shit, he already called the kid.
Yep, he came.
Damn. God damn.
It's federal.
Nigga, what you call it twice?
That's a fact.
So don't take it lightly.
There's cameras everywhere. You done.
Right. I mean, damn, do you think Thug crazy for just, operating like this?
It's some people, bro,
They don't get it.
if you ain't going all the way, don't even, you know what I'm saying? Don't. This is like Baby Lane.
He's an idiot.
Right.
I ain't kidding. Let him be. Chuck, look what I just did you.
Look.
He's an idiot. Young Thug.
Oh yeah, today, yep.
You did all that.
About an hour ago.
21 minutes.
What's that, Chuck?
The phone call, the screenshot, the phone call was like an hour ago.
Oh, with Charleston?
Yeah.
Damn. So the nigga say he's serious as a mother.
I don't understand it. You thought niggas rappers get famous off a hit single? Yeah. He said another nigga get famous off of TikTok? Yeah. He said, nigga, I'm the nigga it's cool to get famous off of telling. I'm locking this nigga.
Yes, he is. And he said DJ Vlad he going to. He ain't playing. And he said, I'm going to DJ Vlad.
It really depend on locking niggas up.
You gotta remember, Charleston has positioned himself where you can't call him a snitch Cause he telling you he gonna tell.
Yeah, you can't even say
Like, this is my job. I'm here to clean up the community.
He's telling you he gonna tell.
yeah,
You
he
can't.
non
Nigga gonna call you stupid, dummy. Oh,
So damn, how is niggas operating in a
he
space where
gang.
Captain White is?
He don't got to report with nobody. Ain't no one gonna do nothing to him. He is a civilian.
talking over there with the screamers,
Right.
nigga. And the day they let what happened in the studio or the rap concert flow to the streamer area, then it becomes that. He's over there in the lane where everybody gonna take.
Yep.
It ain't even telling.
Yep.
It's getting help.
Whole friend. All his friends tell.
Bro, listen. How many times have I told you I don't take the streets to the building or the building to the streets?
Two don't mix.
You don't. Same.
Two different worlds. So, nigga, you over there, open lock a mother private airstrip
Yep.
at a Drewski event,
Florida.
they screaming.
Yep.
Especially Drewski got everybody in America looking at him right now. Why would you act a fool at a Drewski event?
Every time I went to AYLESS event, I saw at least 3-4 niggas I've been wanting to mollywop.
Right.
My mama.
But you know where you at. You can't do no shit like that.
There's too many people.
Hey, see, look, that's why I was tripping when I'm saying that. Oh, when Wack got on the phone with Aiden Ross, he changed his tune and this and this and that.
I got mid six figures on the line. Supposed to.
Yeah, it's a business.
We've been battling
Yeah.
with attorneys and all kind of shit. Nigga, like, when I'm supposed to get on there, oh,
you
nigga,
can't.
no, nigga, this ain't no jump.
Yeah, it's money.
It's real shit.
Money.
It's
I don't think he lying.
We're gonna work this out now, like this, or we're gonna work it out over a period of time that's gonna cost me a shitload of money.
Yep.
I'm already 50 chasing my money.
Right.
But when you dealing with idiots, you can't let them make the decision for you in a world they don't understand. Can't do it.
Right. Yeah, because I think people can't differentiate that when a person is from the streets, they came from the streets, they're ascended to the boardroom. They're not going to operate like they in the streets inside the boardroom. Are you a fool?
You ain't you crazy?
Can't. Or you'll never come back. Or you'll be down there with Big Blue or something like that. You operate like that.
Crazy nigga that can be crazy. Quick nigga in the boardroom. Okay, so once you get in the boardroom, you do what you got to do to stay at that table.
I agree with that. And I think Charleston White definitely gonna do what he got to do. I think Young Thug should be trying to reach out or something to somebody, try to make him apologize.
If y'all ain't gonna try to reach out to you, so Thug is a damn fool, bro. You know, certain people, and you can't go all the way, you leave it alone.
Facts.
What's the deal? You gonna reach out, right?
You go over there and break Trap Lewis Ross' jaw. Watch what happens.
Yeah, you.
Why they keep playing with this officer?
It's just certain things you can't do. I think, damn. Charleston coming out saying it too. He gonna go all the way with it, and he gonna film himself calling in.
Bro, that Young Thug locked up or cuffed up. He got 4 months for interviews, nigga.
You know that. Damn, man, you ain't think about that. That's a bag for him.
Yeah, that's a bag.
Yeah, in any situation you in, you gotta know who and what you with.
If you walk up on Wack gotta assess the situation before I kick. If you don't give me justifiable, I gotta assess. I might have to put hands. I might have to do some other shit contempt. Right? Walk up on R&B in a threatening manner. She's gonna blow your shit
Right.
off. You know all the rules. She got a CCW. You a man. I feel threatened. Nigga, she gonna blow your shit off. Go on her purse. Get them yellow strips they gave her. Put them on her arm that identify her as the shooter. Call 911 and she gonna
They give you the yellow strips.
Yeah, that way when the police pull up, they know who's the licensed shooter is. They know who's who.
Damn, that's some cold game.
I didn't know about that.
That's some cold game.
So you don't
Big
accidentally
talking shit.
and they
He got more action than not getting shot.
that must come.
I know I'm gonna catch some time. He run up on little R&B and 5'3" talking shit, he gets shot. Justifiable. He's a man I was trained. So you got to know who to do that shit with. You don't do that shit with Charleston, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Boy, I sure would like to get Charleston up here right now, boy. That would be $1 million interview.
You ain't got it up, buddy.
What you gonna be charging? No, just kidding. But nah, you gonna be charging a grip after that shit.
He gonna make a bag though, cause if he he gonna make a bag just talking about locking Thug up. People gonna want to interview him just on that.
Show.
What I'm trying to tell you. Thug gave the nigga a feature. He doesn't know it.
He did though, bro, because that brought him right back into the algorithm.
Yes,
That nigga, he done bumped 50 out the algorithm. Because all niggas gotta do is really, really wake it up. Man, Thug gotta be a fool. With that 40-year tail too?
It ain't 40. It ain't 40. It ain't 40.
You still mad?
Ain't no 40 years. Nigga. It's like 15.
Yeah, to get all that jury back too. Yeah, state Georgia. They had to give some of that shit they didn't have in possession, so they had to write out a
Yeah,
check.
they ready to just lock Thug up. Thug can't have an advisor, man. Does Thug have any management work?
No, he can't. Nah, he just doing dumb shit.
Yeah, that nigga needs some strong management. That nigga needs a legal counsel and shit. I guess Brian Steele ain't talking to him about nothing because
Exactly.
you running around with a bunch of goons again?
You know who would have been perfect? That lawyer. That lawyer that always do reactions. I ain't seen him since his son died. But that lawyer that do all
Hey, come on, Rich. Brian still worried about it.
Yeah, but what Thug bag looking like? Is his bag still straight?
Ever since his son died, he stopped uploading.
To give up his last 300 to stay free, bro.
And that's a fact. What do you think Thug's earning potential is going forward? You think he diminished? I think the music is tough.
Music over, dog.
He go pick up a couple million a year. You know what I'm saying? That professor he paid 200-300, and he can run around and do that. If he swallow his pride and go do them shows, 40-50, and do a good run, like right now, he got to go in survival mode, just like the baby said. Nigga, I'm going to get them 30s.
What you think about the music? Do you think his music is over?
Yep. Yep. I just said it yesterday. No more gun.
You think that's a
No more
record of not having a gun all around?
Yeah. And wait 6-7 months to drop like niggas cared. He was supposed to let that shit go that first 45 days.
Yep, he goes.
And then
that he put out.
And then all this other shit came out before he dropped, bro. All the phone tapes and all that shit.
Yeah. Was that phone tapes real? That said he got shot?
Everybody was calling.
That was real. I was helping him get them.
That's what
Over there, he just ain't let go.
That's what he said.
The couple of the Drake.
That's what they
He didn't want to come out.
He did that. He said, he did.
No.
That's what everybody said,
Bro. Everybody. Dirty Mac and everybody. So be the hood that talk behind everybody back. Every day.
God damn. I heard Thug was talking about his people and shit. I think Gunna was writing most of Thug's shit because it don't sound like what he came out with, that new shit, that was trash.
Yes, it was.
Hey, bro, it's a lot of them niggas. And I be holding my tongue that had writers, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gunna.
You can tell. You can't tell me because I watched it. So a lot of these niggas, some of these niggas, I don't say nothing. Especially some of these niggas that's dead
And
today.
let's not forget,
Mark
it's not Gunna and Roots time doing shows. Young
Look,
said,
studio sessions encore
Gunna money is
with
still, he's still his boss.
this nigga name from Hoover.
He ain't gonna do no music with
which one?
his show get paid off of Gunner.
One was popping about 7 years ago. What's the nigga name?
For who? 7 years ago. Oh, you talking about the nigga from Baltimore?
No, from our side, from Hoover.
7 years ago?
Used to be popping with used to be with TDE.
Oh, damn. I forget the nigga name.
I can't think.
I know you talking about Smack Boy.
Yeah, Schoolboy Q, right? Yeah. Like 2 o'clock in the morning, a ghostwriter shows up. Nigga, tall Indian lady. I'm like crazy.
Right hook.
Yeah, it blew me away, bro. I was like, what the f-? I go, mm-mm.
The nigga named Sam Hook, Google it. They call him in. He come in, he write the hooks. They give him a bag, he get out the way.
Yeah.
If they get a nigga about 50, he got out the way. Now think about it. If Sam Hook hitting 2-3 niggas a weekend, right? He doing 100, 200 niggas a weekend. He ain't giving about nothing else. Whether y'all come out, whether you put it out, whether do good or bad, he going.
Yeah, no, the game is a lot of smoke and mirrors, man. And I'm seeing a lot of niggas like Thug, he looking bad. He looking like Gunna was writing his shit because when Gunna got out, he ain't miss a beat. And his music sound like he got even better.
He got it. He ain't missed the beat.
That nigga, you said that he ain't miss a beat. Like, so I think that young Thug though, he like, I don't know, bro. Like, is it because of that? Like, he ain't on drugs no more?
Who? I
Thug.
could be that. Could be that. Because if Lil Wayne wasn't getting high the way and drinking lean way, we wouldn't have half the hits. He told you that.
And when he stopped, his music changed. He had to go to rock for a little minute.
Yeah, Lil Wayne told you, nigga, you niggas wouldn't have half these hits I put this cup.
Look, cause that shit was crazy. Remember when that nigga said, "You better never get a latex, wear latex, wear," and he was like, "Who said that?" And they was like, "You said that." He was like, "I said that." He was so high, he didn't even know he had said the rap.
Yeah, he don't. Lil Wayne don't even listen to other people's music, bro. I never forget when Kodak at first said something about it. I pull up to the hip factory. Birdman them over there, Lil Wayne sitting over there. They beefing at the top. Same spot. So I'm talking to Birdman. Wayne say, "Whack, you ain't gonna come see me?" He won't talk to Birdman at the time. I go over there. Oh, big bro, what up? What's been going on out there? I said, oh, you heard the shit the nigga Kodak said about you? I said, Kodak. I said, Kodak Black. He said, who that is? I said,
Like, he ain't say no shit like that.
I swear to God on my mama. He said, who that is? I said, the nigga said, where he from? I said, he's from right here, from Florida. He said, man, I don't be knowing none of these. He said, Whack, you know, I don't listen to nothing but my music. I don't be knowing. I'm like, so what I do to the nigga? What up?
Top of line beats. The content. Hey, I'm still, man, you know what's crazy? I was just looking at this nigga Rockstar 2800 that ain't never been to county jail, 35 years old content creator, banging his hood, got pushed across the street by Nipsey Hussle brother. Man, y'all know who I'm talking about. Yeah, this goofy dude. This dude got less than me in the chat right now, bro. You been doing this for decades. You done had Jalee, you done had Munchie B all in your chat, boy. You looking horrible right now. It's bad, bad. But like I said, man, Young Thug, all I can tell you is the duck because nigga, you got some time ahead of you. And for him to be, it is disrespectful that he even telling you he going to that FBI building, dude. They talk about a bag. You know how much Charleston White gonna make? Once Young Thug step his toe in that jail, we got the content. It's just like I already know. I'm gonna be making a bag off this because everybody else gonna be making a bag. Once Big U Rico case get kicked off, I'm gonna be making another bag. I'm a man. I might do so much videos and do probably like one at night live. I'm telling you, boy, because once I put the reason why I'm gonna make sure I do it, certain topics will forever get you looked at for life. For life. Anytime somebody look up Big U and I get my numbers up, when they pick up Big U court case, blah blah blah, my face will always be shown for the rest of the time. As long as there's humans walking and they got some kind of device to go look up people, I'm in it. I'm for shit showing it. Let me see, man. Let me see, man. What else can I play y'all, man? I was gonna play y'all this I don't know if y'all want to see this Chicago vlog, but this Chicago vlog, y'all want to see the Chicago vlog where they get into a live shootout? Or y'all ain't into it, it's just West Coast only tonight. Cause I gotta ask, sometimes I be having East Coast, sometimes I be having West Coast, sometimes I be having Midwest. Y'all be telling me all type of stuff. You know what I mean? And then we got the Do Rocks, but we can't do no DC Baby Drago because DC Baby Drago gonna try to strike a page. But he went to the Do Rock Crips today over there in DeWarty. So that's supposed to be the LA Langs ops and stuff like that. So well, if y'all ain't gonna say nothing, then I'ma just play something and then like I said, two videos I was supposed to be up out of here, you know? But like I said, I'ma just play this last one. I know I said that three videos ago, but you know I can't just slam the door in y'all face. So let me do this. We gonna play the Chicago vlog, and as soon as it come on, they gonna get into a blicky. Like they started off blicking. What's the deal? What's the deal, fool? See, look, still got people coming into the chat. We finna watch this Chicago vlog. I'm finna end it off that, but it's a little ways though. It ain't like it's gonna be a long time, video. It's about like maybe like 30, 40 minutes. And I know my laptop tripping right now. Trying to. All right, it's on the couch, so it's gonna be some blicks. As soon as it come on, and these little kids is not playing. I said little kids, but they grown man. But you know what I'm talking about these little kids.
Q50 goofy ass. He said he killed Trap. A Trey Mob, folks. He wasn't even in the city when Trap died. So how is that his head? Speedy ain't had no bullets in that gun. Like, he know he bogus as hell for this, for. And then it's 3 in the morning. Clay and Cool. They died in 2021, right? Lil Jeff said out his own mouth. He didn't start game back until 2023. How is that his work? The red comments unless he got the black and white. That's all for real, for they got him in the back of the squad car. That's the drill.
He said they got him in the back of the squad car. He said it ain't a thing. They got him in the back of the squad car.
Then the funny, my shorty AJ, you finna take this to his block. His ass already talking. He was on fire.
What did he say?
They ain't coming back to the bottom. Damn.
Stupid.
That was no top still good. The speed limit is 25.
You see how much fish
over
he just got? He just fell over.
You're gonna go to jail. You're gonna get shot. You're gonna be paralyzed. And only 5% make it out, folks. But that's most likely after they done got fucked up.
With the buttons, they showing a face with the buttons on it.
We laugh in effect, man. Let the people know who we got on the
Pay
couch.
attention. They finna show you how they went to jail, how they going to jail, how they plan to go to jail. This is goofy.
So we out, man. We out. Let the people know where we at right now. They gonna see it, but let them know something. Look, we on the borderline. This dude really got hot. So like this 85th one bag, but we on 84th one bag. So this is why this all started. This building right here. On them. This is where I grew up at on Bro Breeze. So let the people know a little something, man. We got Lil Dre out here, so we go ahead and speak on our guess y'all buying first, man. Let the people know, like I guess, how y'all locked in, where this come from. All right, so look, folks.
I'm really 8400 for like this is the neighborhood right here from 84 and Wabash all the way down 80th for Wabash from what you know. We really
So they got 4 streets.
a trait for that's
He holding it down. He guarding these 4 streets with his life.
see that school right
This
there.
young brother is guarding these 4 streets with his life.
Them are real butterfly. I got real blood ties, cousins that's died, a trait for themselves. And so this ain't just no like all y'all folks rules and out kicking y'all. It's real fun.
Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't, man.
So like so we don't do songs and how they all believe the this thing going on. This is what they look like. On program, it's for A-Train numbers when we was in elementary school, man. Like this thing going on since we was kids. I go we all went to B.O. Dixon.
Oh, this gonna be a good video. He took the cussing out. Oh yeah, we good. He took the cussing.
From Chatham, not from Chatham, bro.
He did his thing. He getting his money off this.
Created player comments on your name and all that. I guess like let the people know what age, I guess, what year you jumped at.
30. First off, I can't be a creative player. I done got booked for bees on front of me. Arms, hijackers, all type. Been spanking ass since I was a little boy, folks. Then you pick just call me creative players, but when I call plus, like I'm pretty sure Ladre, y'all my witness to this. I done spent years on the phone with their ass. I done called all type of I trying to get up. Nobody ever do to me. So everybody say chemo chemo, this, that, and the third. But why would I call y'all bluffs and I be hitting y'all blunts? Don't nobody do it. If I was a creative player, that should be a free hit for you. But nah, blood, like I've been out here since I was 9 years old. On my bro, boy, I caught my first major kiss when I was 12 years old. I got pictures when I was a baby on this block, videos when I was a baby on this block. And bro, boy, look, this same block we on, 84th and Wabash. I'm gonna take a to our gas station right down 83rd and Wabash. Like this, they're going on. Hell, you on? I got a lot of my feelings. Yeah, a lot of dick riding there going on. I was 12 in that picture, gang. Yeah, we not doing. Look on the couch. You see this right there? Same block. This from. I was what 10 in this picture. Come on, don't do that. Tell all the they be saying that to show them pictures when they was kids and they hood. A lot. I bet you 80% of the people got something to say about me. Can't do that. You know that.
So a lot of people hit at 9 years old and even like I guess like getting a murder charge through on you at 12. I guess let the people know like I guess what you was into and I guess why you was out off the porch that early.
I ain't gonna lie, like, a lot of shit going on. So I ain't speaking on my own situation. Like, I'm not one that's gonna put my family business out there, but I had an unstable household. You know, that's how that go. It was like I always been bad. Ain't no since I was a shorty. Like I always been that one shorty that's like I always been bad. Then that we was in like starting like before they made a fake ass game that claim they be right now. Called Spanker, make some vice lords, and I guess make some mixing code. Like that's going out trying to rob. Or we just been I've been into because I was sure it's fun though. Beat that little case fun, got back out. I'm still doing the double for fun of pieces. You never you learn, gang. I ain't gonna lie for this. Let's give it to you to put in for. There'll be a lot of dick riding there. Dick riding. Yeah, just saying anything. Like I know dick riding like get out of the internet. Get out of the internet, but no know what's going on. No, life don't be real life, spring ass, all that. Fun line.
Now upon doing my research and all that, like typing the chemo name in and all that, like one of the main things I guess one of the fans wanted to ask was what was all the controversy going around? I guess they said like you was running around with a BB gun or something.
I like, so I don't even do this internet like this. And then look, the little boy who spread that rumor, he did not. Look, AJ, he died trying to rob the old man. Let's make it.
Okay, so like, we didn't even know where the rumor came from.
Yeah, it came from some little boys trying to find some hoes that go to that school. But now look, his ass on tissue.
So y'all guess y'all was cool at one point in time, then I guess.
You know, your name is how he started getting boys. Yo, folks, BB gun. Hey, you watch me? You go watching my page for a long time. Yeah, have you ever seen me?
I ain't seen none of that, but I'm like, I don't know what he was on, I guess, 4-5, because it seemed like it was an old rumor. Like, it was a lot of fans talking about it happened a minute ago. Like, it wasn't really that serious no more.
Let me out.
I mean, yeah, it don't look like a BB gun to me, man.
for sure. BB Run, stop doing that. You know, but that's what I be saying though, man. Like I guess with like all of the comments and all that, I guess going around, you definitely got one of them names that like you could get a paper trail on, like it go back. Yeah, because I've been out here, like you said, so I can't be a community player. Everybody know my name. That don't make sense. But yeah, so you see, just be talking though, folks. You know, I don't even respond to goofy like that. Because if I had a BB gun, why wouldn't I be calling y'all phones and y'all hoods? Don't y'all never do? Like I said, that'd be a free hit right or wrong. So we do see like how go. It's been a long time, like even since like you caught your murder charge and all that you've been out. Right. But it was a point in time, I guess, where like I guess you flick the switch and then you start going out. We see you popping out on blocks, calling phones and all of that. Whatever the case. What was that flipping switch for you? I don't even gonna lie, blood. Like on the couch, I'm the kid to the point. Like I'm a grown man. I'm a kid. I'm a grown ass man in the street straight. Like when I was pushing the positivity, let me catch my butt. Everybody was dick riding, calling me all type of thinking they can play with me, folks. Now that I'm showing y'all the old chemo don't like that no more. Now I'm chasing it, folks. But I wasn't just chasing it. Where y'all was kept poking the bug. Kept poking and poking and poking. Now I exploded. Now I'm matching y'all all that fake tough. I'm really matching y'all energy with tough, folks. A lot of things be fake tough, folks. I'm not fake tough. You see, I do this. I live. This is what I love, folks. I die for this. Or go grade. So we was speaking on like I guess that because like you definitely popped up on my radar like sometime last year, and I guess you was going so crazy to the fact that I'm like, no, he gotta be tapping or he gotta be cloud chasing or something because it was all out there. So I'm like, oh, cloud chase my boy. As you see, I spent real ass and they know this. But as boy, they don't even be on the side no more. That's all. So I guess like speak on that though, because a lot of people see you out here, you sliding every day, like you can be on FaceTime, I guess, with the people you trying to like. Matter of fact, I'll call one of my us right now. But even speaking on that though, a lot of people see like you on the phone, and I guess like you begging to come outside. A lot of people like, I be bored, brother. Like, what's your day to day life like? My day, what's a day with chemo like? What do people? If I'm not out, I'm not outside. I'm trying to get some money. I work a job. Bro, a lot of y'all be saying y'all can't work jobs because y'all in gangs. That's not to see it. I work a lot of jobs. They just on the road. You know? I work 2 jobs. So if I'm not outside or hustling for them, I'm at work for them trying to get some money on for the grade. Or like I said, if I'm about work, I'm either with Lil Dre, I'm with the other guys. We trying to spank some ass and for the this that I kind of block. Only companies block at 3 in the morning with price with no books, so no grade. Speak on that too, though, because we definitely see like as it ramp up, this block definitely been getting hot with the chemo name going around. There been people pulling up, tap dancing under the sign. This building right here. I'm going that building down there. I used to live in these 2 buildings on Broke Grade. Like I got so many memories around. From the 10 used to stay on that block, this block too. But boy, you better know what's going on for put some respect on my. So be speaking on that too, though. Like I guess, how do you handle? Like I guess all eyes on you at one point in time because you do this every day. I mean, it just be it is what it is. So like, ain't changed now. For I be used to say the only difference is now I'm known. So I just gotta move a bit different and watch my crowd. You feel me? Because clout is a new drug, fool. To chase the clout, fool. On Broke, so I hear you. No. But look, though, I'm finna show y'all how to do for my ops here. Like, this spanking them right now. Come on. It was a viral clip from y'all music video y'all shot, man. You did the split. That's that 250 split on Broke. But no, though, a lot of people was wondering, like, man, was this trying to split on viral? Like, this the phone. They don't pick up their phone, blood. Like, on Broke, like, what the? Hold on, I'm finna show y'all. Like, I did not call him. I called him twice, too. So, you know, you saying they D&D. So, Broke, like, he was supposed to get up with me yesterday, folks. You know? It's going on at the churches. Okay. So I'm a creative player. So, look at this. Hold on. I'm send his ass a video. A lot of people see, I guess, people on FaceTime, I guess, with their apps or whatever, they think like they're like, want to be friends for you. You know that them my real homies on the low though. You know, the odds they my homies on the low, for like
You know, the fans on the outside looking in, they're like, man, they always on the phone. They really want to like hang with each other if they want to put the streets.
so like I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a couple outside on the slight side though. Like we want outside, I'll kick it with you once but you know, you picked your side, now, let's make your ass accordingly. For it is. You look at you get that. Yeah.
So who would I guess off topic though? Would you say is your favorite out?
Yeah. My favorite up. My favorite up. I ain't gonna lie, probably lower enough for them. No, that pop up what they doing. My favorite up. Right. Any who Bloodhound. I don't even say Bloodhound, because Bloodhound don't do rap, folks. Yeah.
A lot of the fans even looking at like chemo when you go attack them, they probably don't know your background. And they think like you like probably crowd chasing or jumping in and trying to like I guess get a name off of the Bloodhound. This is all.
They mentioned us first. Us for them, it's always A Trade, 84. It's always A Trade 40, 95, Risky Rose, this, right? But when we respond, now we bogus and we chasing it, but we don't be chasing it when they false claim and hats from our block that they didn't have to do. I could debunk 5 of Lil Jeff hats right now. Bro, he got 10, I could debunk 5 of them.
He got 10. They has in there.
Nigga, he don't got no 10. He don't got 10 because 5 of them from A Trade and them the 5 he didn't do. Look, you look, say I'm lying on Reddit. If you go on Reddit right now, it's gonna say he killed baby Katie, right or wrong, folks.
Break it down for him, I guess. I guess for people who don't know, then.
Baby Katie, that Trey mob, right or wrong. They said that was Lil Jeff Hat. That killed baby Katie is locked up. So how is that Lil Jeff Hat? That's -1. Now we at 9 on Brooklyn. Clay and Cool. They died in 2021, right? They said that was his work too. Lil Jeff said out his own mouth. He didn't start game back into 2023. How is that his work? Now we on Q50 goofy ass. He said he killed Trap. A Trey mob, folks. He wasn't even in the city when Trap died. So how is that shit? We gotta break this down.
All these people are interviewing on the internet now. They got hot on the They know
Oh no, they really be creating my facts. Is that not facts though?
they all trying to live.
It's just one. Yeah, look, 50, he goofy as hell.
Indiana, yeah.
Not even that, Lil Dre. Hold on. He said, A Trey said they ain't up on news, but late. They forgot about Clifton. He said that, right? Clifton died in 2014, gang.
He was nowhere around.
Like, what the folks died, bro? Nobody even heard of you. That's in Indiana. We need to take that back to Maryville, Indiana, where they had that right now. It's goofy.
Now we see you post up the 84th Wabash, Charlotte, but let the people know, I guess, how far your hood stretch, how far your footprints go.
That's what it is. 95 to 8 Trey to 85 to 84. Is that by itself? 80 up to 84 from Wabash to Indiana. So we got 80 up to 84 from Wabash to Indiana on Bill Grade. And those bags real 8400, folks. And if you want to get up with me, as you can see, just call the phone. Y'all don't pick up when I, you know?
And you be speaking on that too, though. Like I guess you say you
Calling on my hands for you, but continue.
you said like you hate the lords and all that, but I guess let the people know, I guess, what it is through here. We look it up and they say like it's the GDs through here at one point in time.
No GDs, so you got all football for these. So we the moles on for now. Yeah, so look, we the moles. Guys, we all moles. Ain't no GDs. For them GDs, we not GDs. On for now. You got Bash Town, which is on 87 or Walk Bash to whatever they stretch. I don't really know them like that. You know, we ain't got no issues with them, Joe. Them is moles too. Then you got this created ass Instagram gang who claim they be right here from the 5 to the 6, which is Vice Lords and MCs. Now we been spanking their ass though. They're going on for no Spring Lit. Yeah, he allegedly both for popping a homie or whatever it is. So you know, Free Lil Bro, he ain't threw at that man innocent, but though man, you know. Now them is some creative players. What the is a spanking on? They got AJ Clout. Fun of his ass tried to being out here dirty as hell trying to rob construction workers for their protest and they ass thought they homies running with their scraps. That's a civilian pack though. Hey, look, for everybody, we need to act Mayor Brandon Johnson and whoever shot that little boy for trying to rob AJ, whoever shot that little boy, he need a medal, folks. He cleaning up the city, folks. Leave these civilians alone, man.
And even speaking on that too, though, we see you do be like on your YN type of timing, but we do see like I guess how you think for real. You like kind of out the box. You know that, man. I'm a real smart. I like But hold on, I'm finna call one of my hands for you, blood. This is my shorty Lil J. This little hottie little brother, man. He not on none though. This is my fool. A lot of the fans do be analyzing though, like, what you ideologies be? We got the same. Hey, come through. I'm not talking. You never seen me backlash, look. Hey, go, me know. Watch, we finna do this untouched on phone now. But that's what we saying though. A lot of people be want to know, like, I guess, what do you be on day to day though? Like, we see like it be like all fun and you out there with whatever the case may be. I just be on some cool chill. I don't hit the level just like I be trying to get some money, do vlogs, make sure it's in jail my life for all that. Yeah, it's cool for, but it's more to life than that. For why I ain't even go live. But yeah, on the couch, for I be seeing like a lot of in the comments got goofy ass to say like, oh yeah, he gonna check and go to jail for. In a way, that might be right for like when you sign up for this street, and that's for all you. When you sign up for this street, you gotta know you gonna get free. These the 4 ways out right here. You gonna die, you gonna go to jail, or you gonna get shot. You gonna be paralyzed. And only 5% make it out, folks. But that's most likely after they got for you. Never been to jail. I've been doing it since I was a shorty. I know the consequences to this. I know how this go. You feel what I'm saying? It just what it is for me for like. I'm gonna always find his way back to you, bro. Whether it don't touch you, it's gonna touch somebody you care about. Just always keep that in mind, bro. Ain't no game, folks. Oh, fun. We do this because we had to do this, not because we think cool, this fun, none of that, folks. A real don't tell you the streets is goofy for a goofy don't tell you the streets is cool for, and a lot of it's still game bang, knowing the consequences. Cause we mentally scarred, bro. Like that's another thing niggas don't talk about, both mental scars, worse than physical scars, bro. Like if you get mental scarred out here and you watch your homie die, something like that, or some traumatic happening, you gonna always want revenge 90% of the time, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So that's way worse than the physical scar. I cut your ass, you gonna be cool, folks. You a kid in like 2-3 weeks, folks. If I mentally scar your ass and traumatize you, ain't never gonna do right, folks. And that's what makes a lot of people want to do what they do. Now we were speaking a little bit on like I guess the reasons that made you snap and I guess like really turn up out here. And I was doing a little research. It was a little video we came across. I guess somebody tried to post it of them like I guess chasing around the car. We ain't gonna speak on like I guess what all was happening in the video. But I guess they was trying to like horse you on video, I guess, whatever the case may be. Yeah, he come through staying on this. Like this, ask folks what happened to his two dead ass homies and what happened to folks' mama. I'm gonna keep it at that. You already said enough. What happened to his mama? Also, what happened to his mama? You already said the reason you can't eat no checkers no more, bleed. Stop all that chasing up there. That ain't gangster. So like I guess that was the result of a back or something like that. Or it was like you just got caught with your pants down. Folks catching the hell. So if you watch the full video of that, we can see folks like he chasing me around the car with the phone for like stopping me from getting in the car. Folks called the police, folks. We had a strap in the car first off. Called the police. All we got the strap in the car for talking about we finna go. That's why he turned the audio off when he posted it, because he was for you finna go to jail. I ended up getting booked for telling like I wasn't talking about that though, but it's just the fact he tried to chase like they got the proof when they had CPD calling my phone. It's like this is real. Bro. Calling my it's the day after that. And that video was 2-3 years old. Why would you post that? Not trying to get some. Yeah, they tried to, and then it was blurry, so you really didn't know unless the tag was on there saying who it was and all that. Yeah. A lot of the fans didn't really have no context on it, so we gotta ask what happened. Yeah, chasing me around. The car got me booked. Yeah, that's all though. You feel what I'm saying? We could talk. Let's talk about this new age that's going on. Let's talk about how out her dad getting ducking me that day. Cause I was ducking. You know, going on, folks. And then, folks, another thing I said, right? I'm saying after all this that I done did to these things and this and I be doing, folks. Why you ain't kill me if I'm in what for? Why you pull out your phone? That's a little kill. You gonna tell on it like we on the rats.
Then y'all reposting knowing he told. Like,
And then on the video, you would have probably thought y'all was cool, and it was a back door. You wouldn't have knew that y'all was like already ops when the video got
the video, you know, it's like JB been lying his ass. Right. It's too. Probably had some rat too on football great. Hey, this ass wrong with his gone. That boy a damn cow. He called.
Y'all know how the streets go though. Like you really can't. We out the rank comments unless you got the rank.
For real, for they got him in the back of the squad car. That's the drill. For real, he told on LA Killer. I'm finna show you. I'm sorry. I was blocked. He told on LA Killer. He said, "We gonna put him with." That's why I throw him. He's gonna flame his ass. That's why he flipped the air. He really is for the east, but I'm finna show y'all look for talent. He flipped the air hood. Every hood he flipped. Yeah, man. MTV, Drill City. Drill City don't even sound like they doing vlogs. The police telling they ass they don't be in their hood, folks. On birthday, like the police, they never pull up on me while I'm doing a vlog. Tell me y'all don't be in my hood. Right? Now said this. The only person that hangs out every day is the one on the green. Come on, bro. Like what the fuck going on? Now let me show y'all a little vert talent, folks. Then I'm finna show y'all how Q50 ass blocked me, but he blood drinking and doing all this other. Hey, look, Drake, give us a conversation when Shorty blocked me, folks. Let me pull up that video quick. If even speaking on that, you ain't gotta pull it up though. But even speaking on that, he said like a lot of people get 50 years. Yeah. For speed spinning on those shells. Somehow he was doing all this and everything. Yeah, she told me my vlogs for like this goofy asshole. So then they reported my page, getting my clap on bro. I ain't mad. Report page. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up that video of Bert telling the back of that police car in a minute. But let me show you all these messages in Q50, folks. This before my page got clocked too. Like this, me telling him like, yeah, for your shorties out here spinning with no bullets, and like you see this, no. He said out here. Bro, you telling him like, blood, like, hey, he gonna tell me, hey, look, gang, you know he be high on pills. His ass can't spell. He gonna tell me, hey, look, gang, leave that street alone. Off you, so I ain't gonna tell you no wrong. Leave that shit alone, broski. That don't look good on you and them. And I told him, gang, get your goofy ass. So I told him, you gotta check your shorties, boy. No, tell me you check them. You talking to like what the fuck? Like he know he know because he look. I told him we was just in your hood. I feel like that's a decent answer for somebody to be like, man, you check him. You feel me? I mean, everybody like their own man in this age. He blocked on fuck right like long folk. Look like I told him like yo. He called me slow or whatever. I told him, man, yo, shorty slow for spinning with no bullets. I'm like, y'all sending these little boys off for chopping with no shells and that look. No dick riding, right? Like on the couch for you know what a clear pro a 60 years, folks. A clear 60 on your top the quad, man. Do you know what it look like on this load? Okay, look. Tell me you can't see the fucking gate through the damn clip. Oh, bro, you can't even lie like what the fuck? Like you can see the gate through the clip. Speedy ain't had no bullets in that gun. Like he know he bogus as hell for this. For and then it's 3 in the morning, gang. Like oh, this was he was spinning on y'all at the school at the park at 3 in the morning in the middle of the winter with no bullets. He said you can see. Who was he trying to kill? Like who was he trying to kill? A lot of the fans see y'all back and forth doing that. Like I guess popping up, making videos, taking pictures, all that. It's kind of like getting like I guess. Pointless, I guess, this point. Look, no, it's getting pointless on their side, gang. Because when I text this little boy phone, as you see, when I called him, they not picking up all that. I'm saying, you see, he really do this, folks. On Bro Gray, you see, I just called little blood hair short. On Bro Gray, like I be telling they ass, like, Speedy, I text that little boy on the regular phone, like, this ain't no me chasing it. Like, I spend this little boy on a regular basis, so like different gens, all that. Like this ain't no chasing it. Like these different days. Being on do no bogus ass time is either on becoming late as hell. Like this little speed right here, I text him like he told me to pop out on Booger out, pop out. Look at this. Like he telling me to pop out. Then look, folks gonna wait an hour later to tell me y'all got no traffic. That's not scary. On Booger, you see when the ops called me, I text them back instantly. Say I'm lying though. Going on. We like kind of chilling right now, but like I guess is it safe to be through here? Even I guess like how hot the hood and got people spinning around taking pictures. Like, yeah, it's safe to go through here if you ain't on that goofy for like if you're not doing no goofy shit or you not with the yeah, you can come through here, do what you gonna do for all that over tough ass say that whole ass blood. Like we real, folks. come through this, tell your face, folks. Drive like you got some sense, gang. Don't tweak at nobody. You A-okay, folks.
Be good. We see everybody watching, you feel me, bone point, whatever the case may be. What's some do's and don'ts or something? Coming down 84th, 85th, whatever the case, walk back.
We got speed humps, so you come through this flip on game. Yeah, folks. Another thing I'm gonna say, folks, just act like you got some sense, folks. Ain't no do's and don'ts. Just act like you got some sense, folks. When you get to the parts that don't got no speed humps, folks, the speed limit is 25. You go anything over that, we pull it up, just like that. I'm fun though. The speed limit say lies, folks. I say, look, they let a minute see. I see a op, you know I kill him. I run up close, they attack his face. Ain't got no room for accidents. He's blinking from the corner. That's scary. That's how y'all miss him. You wipe his nose, fall like this, and you broke his heel, you need a pension. He's this me on the net, but in real life, he get up. His mama died in front of him. He made a dish up. If it's up with me, ain't no squash. Your ass gonna feel this button. My chopper blew it like the Russell. I stay outside, so I'm ducking. If we spending every day trying to catch us another Vic, they still just tearing up on his head. I get the low, then kill him quick. I ain't nothing like these. I rock ball, we still kick it. I need to straight up off the kid. I call see money to get it quick. Pump the dicks up every time. You up the trend. Smoking 2 for 1. He got a check. He checked out with his meals. I like Glocks and F&Ns, but still a bell out with this shit. That guy hitting his chin. This can't diss again. And I'm FCO for life. So the ops, them niggas soft. Look, to suck my dick, delete my number, not trying to talk. And we get these fights for free, we take it. And they thought we took his piece, now take the loss. Can't do like me, ain't got the sauce. And you the soft as hell, the dude got popped and went to 12. Fritzy Zoe, I thought the feds put my big brother get a bill. I run up, send your ass to heal back in the car, it's time to bill. Never fail, only thing up on us is jail. We're not need some new artillery. Hit the Detroit call Baby A. Folks got off the switches, he getting me right, man. Shout out Baby J. And I was playing with this right trying to put it in their face. I just beat another case CPD up state. I'm a major fella, still turning weapons, get caught, I'm doing a dub. These look telling me about a relationship. I don't want no love. Not old enough to get in the club, but if I could have sent it up. Back in the day, Rash, let's be for real, they ass and plucks. He got shot straight in his face, but still alive. He got some luck. I took my because I ain't scared. If you run up, don't feel this button. I turn nothing into something. I catch a op, you know I'm running. To the top, that's where I'm going. Let's be, yo, popping my beard coming. Go.
We definitely see you out, man. I think we seen you even we was in St. Louis. You went through a CTS slump.
CTS boys, man. Got those stuff, man. CTS, take them on the top.
How did you link up with them? St. Louis, then you just pop clean up.
What I just said in that freestyle, like I need some more. I tell them to be at the truck, like, oh, bro, you know, for I be doing bigs and stuff. So in state and out of state, for this is a GTR service.
We ain't gonna say too much, but we did see that brown button in Chicago and St. Louis, man. We definitely see you traveling. Where you going with that, man?
No, you know, man.
So even speaking on that too, though, a lot of people probably go out of town and they be off guard, though. Like, I guess, how do you live when you out of town too?
Man, if my girl can't go, then I can't go, shorty. That's a chemo thing. My girl, look, don't book me for no show, vlog, none of that. My girl can't go. I'm not going. No grade. That's what it is. For the we go out of state with our and come right back. So we ain't ducking no wreck. So that's how you get up there and shake that ass time out of town. And I'm gonna say this too, like you're not safe out of town. For everybody going out of town to a state. So with everybody going out of town to a state, that so you can't go for out of town because still until up. You feel what I'm saying, folks? Like you just said, folks. That's in 2 different states. I'm gonna let y'all figure out. It's all thorough business with me. That's why the real that's all I'm getting off the internet for. Like, say what you want to say for enough deal to me, for like I ain't never got shot that none of that. It's like if it's real tension, folks, when I just called the ops, as you can see, they would have picked up their phone to text me back. He on the block shooting the vlog, man. Like he got for to show y'all how tough it is. Right. Let's
Oh, so y'all hood just like split with the street? So you 85th and they, you 84th and they.
on the file. The rest of the vlog, like, all was here on the block.
So I tell y'all
Going on though, man. bro.
Probably get caught out bad right there.
That's one of the best. That's one of the best. For sure, my boy. Like you see, everybody know me over here too. So it's like, you know, I'm gonna take y'all to the school. So we're bro like 10 minutes away, then I'm walking all around the whole hood. So, but so this is New York right here. For you know what Dixon is? Yeah. I walk through the Dixon if you feel like walking on both grades. But
I didn't walk.
that's where I went to school now, right here. So look, I'm gonna take y'all to what our territory is. I'm Brooklyn, strong yard, man. I'm tired of doing all of the MCs from right here from them. I don't know the other niggas, so like we said earlier, though, like how far the hood stretch, like yours specifically, man. You say you got the Wabash to where? Yeah. So look, this, and you got Wabash to Indiana, for Indiana, right there. We finna show you. This Michigan, we walk a slop over to this Indiana. Let me show y'all how far we is to enter. So I can start with that dick round and clicking up. Because even speaking on that too, though, a lot of people see you taking up for the whole the A tray and all of that. They probably looking at it as like you jumping in a beef. But speaking, I guess your bond with A tray to where I guess you could speak on it. Like A tray, them my boys. Like I'm really A tray too though. Like I'm Belleville, but I'm also A tray for. So a lot of times when you would go already, they'll be like chemo A tray slash Belleville, for because I'm A tray and I'm Belleville. It's complicated for like I grew up with A tray folk. But I grew up on my block, you feel what I'm saying? We all used to kick it at Coles Park, folks.
I can see
That's
why
why,
they get back.
you feel what I'm saying? I was out here front line with they ass, Lil Murder, Shano, Zay, Cuddy, all they ass. Like, summer straight, like outside with they ass every day. And being set up for real, though, you couldn't go to Coles Park without seeing a keyboard face, yo. That's why a lot of us met me at Coles Park. On both grades. So I guess you locked in because you was like you grew over there as you was turning the hill too. Shorty. That's one thing nobody could take from my name, folks. You can call me anything you want to, but you want to know something you can't say about me on the couch wood. Every time I call my phone, like I right outside, don't talk. Every time they made a post about me, or it was time to bump my gun, I got outside, right or wrong. But when it was time to stand on that business and sit in themselves, no telling, I did that. I could be all that, but you can't. I still don't business. You can't take that from my name, though. And even speaking on all of that too, though, like this one, no grade. I'm from this one. This one I know A Train right here, Cold Park, folks. Back in the day, I used to be up at every day, folks. Yo, these course they took them rims down to put that camera on. We done had so many bang ups right here, all type of shit. You can catch me through this daily, folks. If you ever want to get out with me, we can meet on from the grade. Look at how we do it. This part look dangerous though. Like what they went down right here. They done took the hoops down. We on the ground right here. And GTRP saying behind type. This is a dangerous hell. This not no way you gonna want to be dealing with on the main street too. So I'll be coming spinning out of cars and just shooting, hitting miscellaneous type of stuff. Not that, but like everything that's so did. So that's all that. We can that ping dry. Well, fuck no. Then I just want to know, like, out of all the different controlling I be doing, folks, I just called several ops and told them I was outside. Why ain't nobody come blow me down, folks? That's a real question I just want to ask y'all, folks. I just said, all y'all dead people, I made songs, I did all this trolling, folks, and I called y'all and I just did a vlog on touch. What the f going on, bro? Like, we definitely see like it ain't no, I guess, over clutching, whipping pipe out all that. We definitely been walking a lot of blocks, brother. Yeah, you know that, but I ain't gotta do all that over clutching, showing you I got a pipe and all that. You know I got that. So I told you they go. Just run upside though. What shorty say? You think I'm lying or figuring me out? And all that. Why you want to show them what you got though, man? Like, what do you get out of showing them what type of gun you got, for? Like, that's police as hell, for. Like, you see, folks, we addressed that wrong woman and kept it moving, so we ain't do none of that bypass. Like, it ain't no point, folks. Yeah, like, for a lot of motherfuckers be sharing guns, they be using their home. Like, we got our own. Everybody got their own. Folks. You and gang, I take my gun everywhere. I take town with me. I take her to my church, work.
Told you.
Yeah, I'll be having my gun on the calendar. You won't get do those. And for no, I'm never like it. Bro, Green, remember that. And folks, if I ever ran, the police probably was behind me. For no. And that King Cole. You know that, man. It's like Cole. Oh, we finna go get us a catfish dinner for you know they fry AJ ass like some catfish. Full of grains. So y'all got all this, I guess, room in between your hoods. Like y'all got multiple stores, multiple gas stations, all of it. You know that, and I'm well through all these comfortable as hell. Hey, on that car coming up the road. But nah, we see we be on point like we ain't, you know. We knew that we ain't true to this. You see, we ain't learned this none of that. Like,
Don't even worry.
good. In my line, I'm one of the. This is probably one of the most calmest hood vlogs in the head. I'm just calm as hell walking. So, am I lying though? That's pretty chill though, man. It's open like they do this. They don't know it. They're probably gonna say like this a safe neighborhood that you walking through like on purpose. Man, they get like that anytime because it looks nice. How the f- is this a nice neighborhood and we got one of the highest crime rates in the city, bro? Right. I guess as I say on the outside looking in, you probably see all these houses, but you probably don't know it and get like that any moment. Chatham got one of the most, the high in my line, one of the most highest crime rates in the city, bro. This is not no nice ass neighborhood. You run up on the 12-year-old, get your ass sent to hell, fucking grade. Yeah, I know shorties with the switches in their book bags at school, shorty. This ain't no nice neighborhood. You can think that out, you gonna go get your ass up. Like I said, you think we lying? Come figure us out, bro. So like that. I ain't just all that overtaking of that. I don't even see. Hey, on bro grade, that's a somebody that's a famous ass family dollar from them grade. Lord them know about that. It's some everything around here, girl. Like you don't gotta leave the hood if you don't want to. You know we know, folks. We play this baby. How was it growing up through here though? Growing up here, folks, like that's why I used to come get food all the time. They sharks right now, like you know we gotta get us some catfish in there. They fry my shorty AJ like some catfish. So go grade. Hey, don't get back after that. Don't get through it. What you getting out of shorts, man? We can that catfish dinner for you know my shorty AJ dead ain't coming back and fried them like some catfish. We gonna take this through a block though. We gonna go and put me stuff in. I swear to God. Dead ain't coming back and fried them like some catfish. His ass already catfish was fried, no.
These dumbass nigga.
You put it there.
Watch these dumbass dudes.
Oh, you're not gonna. AJ dead ain't coming back and fried them like some catfish. Damn.
You talking?
This one don't feel good. The hell you got to snow, man. Let us know what's going on out there. Right off the hill. What's that meal, man? What you get up out of here when you come through? I'll be coming through. Listen, you need a sneakers block. I don't know if you do all that. That's the folks saying sneakers. Snickers. Don't worry, I'm first piece. Don't step out around here, stones. A lot of don't you see that? So we don't do that. What they got up there? Like, this is the regular ass gas. I ain't gonna overhype it like anything. You know? But it definitely like it gets to the point where a lot of the fans point out they see like you be having like FaceTime calls.
Told you.
If you're liking the content from On the Couch TV, I'm gonna need you to like and leave a comment. Also, check out our Instagram page at On the Couch TV for early and exclusive access to a lot of content.
Well, at least he did it right. It was a blitz out right at the end, man. Dude, dude, just I give him 2 months tops, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, gang. I give him 2 months tops. and he's going to get wiped. He said he be there every day. He just be walking around them long ass streets. He said you can catch him at this place, that place. It's the dumbest thing you could do. Now I can see you showing your hood and this and that, telling everybody this is where woo woo, this where such and such died, blah 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 blah. Regular hood stuff. But just to tell them, yeah, I be right here every day, and then to do the lay down in the grass and do all that like top niggas and show them the sign, I wouldn't be surprised you get stretched out there. You didn't even learn when you talking about the boy, rest in peace, got fish deep fried like this catfish. As soon as you showed it up and you flipped your whole catfish, you getting little small signs before the big sign, and you still playing games. Like I said, these YNs, they some whole other creatures. I don't even know what to say or think. They just out of control, and they gonna be who they is, and they gonna do what they do, even if it's the smart way or the dumb way. Like they said, you could tell them all you want, but the YNs, they gonna do it how they want to, you know. And he even said, he was like, if I get caught with this switch, I'm doing at least a dub, but I don't care. I'm still holding buttons on it. So 20 years, okay. That let me know you ain't got nothing to live for. The streets is your homies, your friends, and your relatives. You said you had a bad upbringing and you didn't want to get into it, so that means mom and dad was probably in the streets, doing what they had to do and getting high and all that type of good old stuff. So yeah, man, I guess it's hard out in them streets though. But like I said, they be putting on for the Instagram, they be putting on for the tube. So I don't know who's to say if he be there or not all day. But if he say like he doing, he got 2 months. He out of here. Chicago, man, they blitz. It's blitz season out there. That's what I call it. I was gonna start another page called Blitz Season, but we'll see. I still gotta work on my country one. Well, to everybody, thank y'all for checking in with me. Like I said, I was feeling bad, I was feeling sick and all that, but I still pulled the time to, make sure y'all have y'all little night. So another say less moments. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Your boy out of here, man.